Hello, welcome to the Football Social with Sky Bet. Loads going on today, loads of games as well. So let's meet who is on the show. First up, making his debut on the show, who will be watching his beloved Arsenal, Specs Gonzalez. Specs, you've been on our sister show, Saturday Social, making your debut on the Football Social. Arsenal, tell us who you are watching, who are they playing, mate, and how much are you looking forward to it?
They're playing, well, I'm watching Arsenal, they're playing Crystal Palace. I'm excited, it's a top 6 match. And we need the 3 points to get the top 4. It is, because Palace are 6th, we're 5th, yeah. So it's a top 6 game.
I see what you did there. I see what you done.
I see what you did. Big game.
Big game, OK. And alongside him, unfortunately for me, a man that's had a 100% record whenever he's on this show, which is not good news for me as a Spurs fan. Bayo, you are watching our feature game, which is, of course, Liverpool versus Tottenham. How would you see this going?
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous today.
Are you?
I'm not gonna listen. I'm nervous. You know, I keep it 100 whenever I come on this show.
Yeah, you do.
I've seen the starting lineup and that, and I still think Lovren, I think Kane's got Lovren's number, and that's what I'm a bit nervous about. Right. But we at Anfield, we at home, so nervous is cool. I still think we're gonna win the game.
Okay. Show. Remind us what game you're watching and how you're feeling about it.
Man United Norwich, very much not a top 6 clash, more relegation 6-pointer. But yeah,
are you nervous as a United fan watching this?
I'm just not particularly hopeful, really. Not massively. I mean, I could see us winning the game, but can I see us putting in an actually good performance? Not sure. Not sure, but we'll see. And
alongside, delighted to say, just fiddling with his mic back there, got away with it until I mentioned that. Will Brazier, you are on Social Corner with your lovely hair, as it is always looking good. Tell us how the people can get in touch, because obviously the viewers are a big part of this show.
Yes, get your questions in using the hashtag TFS at Football Daily, at Soccer AM. Get them in on Twitter for our panel, get them in on the YouTube comments, and we'll read the best ones out.
There you go. Loads of ways to get in touch. But you will filter the questions, so what you say goes.
No, don't send any guffing, because I am the filter and it won't get filtered through to our wonderful panel.
OK, there was a lot of results yesterday. Let's have a reminder of the results in the Premier League. That isn't a typo. That was Friday Night Football. Southampton did lose 9-0 to Leicester. That is a record Premier League win. Equal win, Man United beating Ipswich 9-0, and a record ever away win for Leicester. Hat-tricks for Perez, hat-trick for Vardy. A dream night. Leicester on cloud 9 at St Mary's. Man City beating Aston Villa 3-0. Brighton, courtesy of a last-minute own goal, beating Everton 3-2. Not a classic at Vicarage Road. That one finished Watford 0, Bournemouth 0. West Ham drawing 1-1 with Sheffield United, and Chelsea continue their good form under Frank Lampard, beating Burnley at Turf Moor 4-2. And of course, there was a game earlier on today. Bayo, I don't know if you saw this, but these were the full-time scenes. It finished Newcastle 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Jamal Lascelles and Johnny equalising for Wolves. Wolves having a penalty shout in the 95th minute, not given. Sean Longstaff as well sent off in that one. So, finished Newcastle 1, Wolves 1. And we can have a look at what that means to the Premier League table. It's still fairly early on, it's got to be said, but this is what the Premier League table looks like so far. Not good reading if you're a Watford fan. 5 points from 10, minus 16 goal difference. Norwich and Southampton make up the bottom 3, but Norwich can leapfrog those teams if they beat Manchester United today, Michael McCubbin. Wolves in the 11th. Let's have a look at the top of the table. Spurs at Liverpool is our feature game. Tottenham down in 10th place. Yes, wow, thanks, Will. 12 points from 9 played. Liverpool, Bayo, I mean, what a start. 25 points from 9. Up until last weekend, it was the perfect start. Draw. What did you make of the draw with Man United? It wasn't their best performance, was it? But got away with the point.
Yeah, it wasn't. I watched the game and it looked very un-Liverpool-like.
Yeah.
But again, throughout, and I always say this, the aim of any game is to win, and if you don't win, it's not to lose. And we didn't lose the game, so we take positives that. And I know people talking about it was a very poor Man United team. Sorry about that, but I'm just saying what people are saying.
I thought United actually played well.
So did I.
Liverpool played well below that.
I agree. I thought United played. They wanted it more. I thought they were going through tackles, and I thought they were hitting them on the counter attack. So I thought United played well. So I'm not knocking that, but for me, at the same time of it, as much as we didn't win the game, we didn't play well, we didn't lose the game.
Yeah.
And that's just
often the sign of a title-winning team is getting a point or a win when you're not playing well. So Liverpool still top of the league. Let's give you that team news then, because the team news is in. Liverpool versus Spurs is our feature game, as we've said. We will be across all the games. Bayo, got to come straight to you with this team. Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Lovren, Van Dijk and Robertson. Midfield 3, as we often see, of Henderson, Fabinho and Wijnaldum. And then, importantly, all the main 3 start, Salah, Firmino and Mane. So the area that you said you have concern about is Lovren with Harry Kane.
Yeah. Yes, I do. I mean, I would have gone Gomez. I mean, just because I think it's more pace.
Why does he not play as much?
I don't know.
Player,
I don't know. I'm going to hit what I'm Klopp up, you know. I'm going to have to ask this question, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But there must be something, because, look, you know, in Klopp we trust. So there must be something that we're not seeing, or what's not going on at training, or maybe he's just not right. Because for me, that partnership of Van Dijk and Gomez, it's got to be one for the future. You just look at it and think, yeah, that's the next partnership for the next however many years. So it is the bit I'm a bit nervous at with Lovren being there, because I just think what Kane did to him last time, you know, it will be in the back of his mind. But at the same time, that is the only point. I think that's the strongest Liverpool team. We can play. You know what I'm saying? I think he goes to that for his big games. But saying that, I think it's the strongest Tottenham team Tottenham can play. So sorry, I did jump foggy, but yeah.
Don't worry. We will bring you that Tottenham team as well. But first, let's hear from Jurgen Klopp. This is in pre-match, speaking to Patrick Davidson.
You're up against an opponent that hasn't been in the best of form, but really, to you, is that irrelevant? Do you have to prepare for Spurs at their best?
100%, and you see now the lineup, and come on, tell me, 10 better sides in the world. So just when you see that, it's up front, Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Eriksen and Son. Wings and Sissoko in midfield, and the last line has massive quality as well. So that's it, and that's what we have to prepare for. All the things around is nice for media, for the supporters talking about, or maybe not that nice, but not for us. They always do some, especially in league games, something special against us, set it up a little bit, try to, where we are strong, they try to turn it around, like maybe bringing Son in a very offensive position, high left, when Trent is going, stuff like this, leaving him there in the shadow if you want, and then we lose the ball and there's a counter-attacking opportunity. That's always like it is, but you need to be as tuned as possible, and that's what we try to do with the lineup.
And Lovren just ahead of Gomez at centre-back at the moment?
Dan has now got now rhythm. Joe is completely back. Joe had he knows that. It was just that's how it is sometimes. It was not the 100% best shape. Now he's back, so good to know, because Joel is still out, and we will and have to change that position. So Joe is completely in contention for last game. We just thought Millie makes more sense for this game, but apart from that, Joe is in really good shape now. Thank God, good timing.
Thank you. Good luck.
You're welcome.
Bayo, you called that because Patrick Davison going exactly what you said, the big decision. Maybe you got a future in the reporting.
Patrick Davison. Just saying. Cool.
He said that as well, Gomez or Lovren. He's gone with Lovren. And also, interesting reports today, were believed to be linking Gomez with moves away from Liverpool. We'll see whether that unfolds in January or not. I mean, obviously, I think he's still very much rated by Liverpool, but he's gone with Lovren. It's interesting that Patrick Davison's picked up on that. Do you think Gomez, is this the kind of game you'll see him feature at all if things aren't going right? Because that Lovren game, which you mentioned last time against Kane, he took him off, didn't he?
Yeah, look, Klopp doesn't qualms in. If he wants to make a decision, he'll make a decision. So if it's not going right, Gomez will come on. I hope we're not even talking about that. I hope it's just about our front three and it's you, man, that need to be changing your team.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm not going to over-focus it, and I keep going back to what VVD does do with everybody around him is make him play better, make him more relaxed. So I'm hoping VVD makes Lovren have a good game. So let's hopefully, between the both of them, they keep Kane quiet.
Keep Harry Kane quiet. We're assuming Kane's starting. Let's have a look if he is starting. This is the team news. Yes, he is. No surprise there. This is Spurs team. Of course, Gazaniga in goal, following on from Lloris's very nasty injury he sustained at Brighton, out for the foreseeable future. Not going to be playing for Spurs until next year. Aurier, Alderweireld, Sanchez and Rhodes. So interesting back line. Then they've gone with Winks and Sissoko. Poch has gone with Eriksen starting, Son, Dele Alli in behind Harry Kane. So that's two changes from their Premier League home draw with Watford. Changing formation as well. So Vertonghen and Moura drop out with Son and Eriksen both starting. A few things that I was interested about. Vertonghen not playing there and Ndombele not playing as well. And a lot of Spurs fans might be surprised to see Eriksen starting. I know that might sound bizarre for a lot of people around here, but it's very highly regarded that he looks like he's going to leave Spurs and he hasn't been at his best. Are you surprised to see Eriksen starting?
No, I think no matter which way you look at it, Eriksen is the best creator at Tottenham, and in a game against Liverpool, you've got to have your best creators. I'm surprised that one of them, Ndombele or Lo Celso, isn't playing though in that midfield too. I think the Winks and Sissoko, they're very hard-working duo, but just not as a partnership. I don't think they're at the level that Spurs should be in for a central midfield partnership. Now, I think Ndombele's got to be partnering one of them personally. Just technical ability.
I'm surprised that he's not playing. He's not put a foot wrong really in Ndombele since he started at Spurs.
I mean, I feel like he had a bit of a slow start, but I don't know. I think once he's got a run of like 6-7 games in him, I think he'll be one of the best midfielders in the league.
Will, team news, the Spurs team news. Any surprises for you there? I know you can watch this and enjoy this as a neutral, like you can most games on the.
Well, every game in the Premier League, I can do that. Being a Birmingham City fan, I think for me the big worry is that right-hand side. Sergio Aurier, not the most proven right back at the Premier League. When you got Robinson and Mane maybe overlapping down there, I'd be a little worried, Smith, if I was you.
Would you?
Yeah. But I don't want to put a downer on your mood today, but I would be a little bit worried.
OK, Specs, we've got to get your thoughts. Talking Tottenham, as an Arsenal fan, you're there wearing the home shirt. What have you made of Spurs this season?
I think Spurs has been terrible. The Spurs have been what they were back in the day when they had Will Fox and all those kind of guys. So I'm glad that Tottenham are back. So Tottenham is back, because last year, going Champions League final, that was a dream. That was a dream. Yep. So I'm glad. I said it this morning, 4-0 in Liverpool. I think Liverpool going to run right.
Speaking of Champions League, you enjoying watching the Champions League this season?
Kinda.
Oh, snap, you're Tottenham. You can't let talk to your team like that.
I'll have Tottenham's back. Champions League final, very much enjoyed it. Let's not talk about the Champions League final, because that's painful memories for me. Let's find out what Pochettino had to say ahead of the game. Here he is talking to Laura Woods earlier on in the week.
A few months ago, we were playing a final of the Champions League, and that wasn't a coincidence. But for different circumstances, we are not in our best, and I think with working hard, we are going again to performance in the way that we want. Of course, it's going to take time. I don't know if it's 1 month more or 2 months, but for sure we have the capacity and the quality for, again, to performance in the way that we want.
Last season, in terms of distance covered and running stats, Spurs are very high, second. This season they've dropped down to 12th. Is there a reason behind that? Is it your tactics or is there fatigue setting in?
I don't know. I think football is not only run. Football is to play football and to link with your teammate and score goals and be strong when you defend. You know, it's with and without ball. It's not fair to measure today or to compare with last season, because it's for sure it's not the reason that we are not getting the result that we want because we run more or less.
Mark, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to ask you about this, because it is interesting, Spurs and Pochettino and the running stats. Laura mentioned the running stats there, the pressing, which Spurs notoriously were very high on. That has dipped considerably this season. What do you think is going on at Spurs this season? Because it's not as if they've got a brand new team or they've got players, that are trying to settle in. It is the same squad that has been successful over the last few years in terms of where they were to where they were the last few years. What do you think is going wrong at Spurs this season?
There's a couple of lines of thought of this, isn't there? Like there are a few people who are saying that the players are giving up on Poch, which I don't know. I probably wouldn't subscribe to that personally, because Poch has obviously cultivated such an aura at Spurs and everything. But I don't know. But you're saying like there's not a huge amount of turnover in that squad. The squad has got older for one. Like I think that might have something to do with it a little bit. Like especially like the defence is a lot older than it was. And just in general, the team that was there in 2015 is still pretty much there, and so maybe that is it. I think just kind of lack of kind of freshness in that squad might be one reason. It might just be that this current side is kind of coming to the end of its course, and just aren't able to perform at those kind of intensity levels.
Do you know what I saw
Especially
recently?
when you've been training like that for so long as well.
Yeah, interesting on that as well. I saw it was Klopp 4 years to the week. A few weeks back was 4 years to the day since Klopp took over at Liverpool. And they had the Liverpool side that played. Klopp's first game was against Spurs, 0-0 at White Hart Lane. I think there was 3 players, Milner was one of them, that are still playing at Liverpool now from the whole squad. Compared to that Spurs team that played, 7 of the starting 11 started the Spurs game at Brighton. Do you think that is an issue with Spurs, that they haven't freshened it up at all and they haven't spent to the level that Liverpool have? Because that's a huge amount, isn't it? 7 players.
Listen, I think with football's moving, and I think you've got to keep up with it, and that's just one thing. And I don't want to say that players get complacent, but you do need new players coming in. You do need a freshness.
Have you found that in your career as well? You need to freshen up a change room every now and again.
You do need to freshen up a change room, because as much as the bond's there and you know each other, but then it can get methodical and it can get Groundhog Day sort of thing. So you do need new players, new styles, new freshness, new characters. And that's what I feel like is what adds to it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? But of course, there's positives as keeping your squad because you build it, but you still need to add to build to what it is. And maybe that's what's happening now. That Kane, if Kane's fit, Kane always plays.
Yeah.
Son, he always plays. So it gets to that point where you can pick the Tottenham team if everybody's fit. I'm not saying you can't do that with most other teams because it's the best, but there's a freshness that you can chop and change. And I think that's maybe a problem with the Spurs team. It's just actually got to a point where you just need to freshen it up.
Just add a little bit, add a few players here and there.
Yeah, man, you got to just add a little bit more spice.
Yeah, interesting. A little bit more spice. Interesting to see. Worth pointing out, Lo Celso, who I think is going to be a big signing for Spurs, has been injured. Sessegnon has been injured as well, and Dombele. So they have got players coming into that. Of course, that is our feature game. We are watching 2 other games. Specs, you are on here looking at your beloved Arsenal against Palace. Speaking to you before, Unai Emery has seemed to split opinion amongst Arsenal fans, particularly lately. He obviously lost in the week to Sheffield United. Where do you stand on Unai Emery? Has he taken Arsenal forward or backwards since Arsene Wenger, would you say?
I think he's taken us nowhere.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think nothing's changed since Wenger's gone, I'll be honest. But I'm not going to be... I don't want to say out yet. I'm going to give him more gel in the hair, give him some time just to try and work it out. But by now, I think Emery should know his strongest 11. I don't feel like he knows it yet. So that's just my problem.
Can I ask you, what's your take on... all my people be talking about Pepe. So what's your take on Pepe at the moment? Because me personally, I think people forget the price tag. You can't control what somebody pays for.
Yeah, of course.
And I feel like people concentrate on that. What's your take on him? Do you think he's underachieved? What's your take on Pepe at the moment?
Good question, Bayo.
Sorry, that is your job.
No, it's good. You carry on.
But say no more.
I mean...
I'm retire soon, so I'm looking at this.
Next day. David's and me. He's coming for all of us. So come be sick.
You know what? I'm 50-50. I like him as a player.
Yeah.
I think he's decent. I think he's got a good touch. He's technical. He can beat a player and stuff. But for me, I wanted Zaha because Zaha had that. He's got Premier League experience.
Okay.
Linked with Zaha first as well.
We were linked with Zaha first, and we didn't want to spend the money and we went and got him. So now I'm just thinking, I would have preferred Zaha just because Zaha knows the Prem. Now, my thing is, he had a great season in France. You come into the Prem now, you've got to adapt. But we're all waiting for him to adapt, but he might not even be the same player he was in France. Okay. That's my worry. And if that happens, the price tag's an issue. Because that's big money. That's our most expensive player.
Are you willing to give him time? Because that's the thing. I just think in the sense now, I think everybody wants success yesterday. And I don't get twisted, I get it. But your greatest player in the sense, bar righty, you know what I'm saying, Henry, needed time. I just feel that some people forget what time is needed. And that's what so I'll ask you, as just a fan, would you, are you willing to give him time? And I'm just as a...
The problem with me is I'm desperate with the whole club right now. I can't give people time. I've been waiting for too long.
People time.
I can't. I've been waiting for a proper centre-back for 10 years.
Haven't got one.
I'm going to give winner time.
Specs, we want this. When Arsenal kicks off, this is exactly why you're on the show, for this passion. So don't forget to bring this if Arsenal or Crystal Palace score during the game. Interestingly, though, these are the live scenes at Anfield. As we said earlier, Dejan Lovren replacing Joel Matip and Mo Salah in for Divock Origi. Spurs making 2 changes from their Premier League home draw with Watford, and a change in formation means that Vertonghen and Moura drop out with Son and Eriksen both starting. Son has to be playing for Spurs. Has to be playing for Spurs. Top player, isn't he?
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. I think he's not been quite as productive this season as last season, but I think just on the strength
in a game like this, though.
Yeah, second half, yeah.
Yeah, in a game like this. So these are the scenes. Anfield, packed house, Bayo, as we fully expect. Big game for Tottenham, who did have a big 5-0 win in the Champions League against Red Star Belgrade. Worth pointing out, league form not been great, but a good win in the Champions League. Interestingly, this week, little stat for you, did you know that this week was the first week ever in European competition that 7 teams from one country have all won their European fixture? Wolves, Man United, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool, all won.
Wow.
Never been done before.
You read the stat back this week, didn't you, brother?
That man.
Woo!
I'm a stat man. So, those are the scenes at Anfield.
Love that.
We've spoken... Go on, Bear.
What worries me the most, it's Son that worries me.
Yeah.
Banging in the first 2 minutes. But Son's all-round game worries me.
Work
I don't
rate,
even have,
phenomenal.
I don't understand how it's even a question mark that he don't start every week.
No,
he should be the first striker on the team sheet.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Top,
He's the one who
player.
worries me. No, top.
Fingers crossed he does worry Bayo as well, because I need something against him. He always is celebrating on this show. Of course, we've got Norwich against Man United as well. McCubbin, we haven't spoken to you about this yet. Norwich unchanged from the goalless draw with Bournemouth last weekend. These are the scenes at Carrow Road. Man United, for you, one change from the Premier League home draw with Liverpool. Anthony Martial replacing Marcus Rojo as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer reverts back to a 4-2-3-1 formation. So thoughts on that?
Oh, loving Martial being back. Absolutely loving him being back. I know he came on against Liverpool and probably shouldn't have come on against Liverpool because we obviously conceded about a minute after him coming on. But no, I'm loving having him back. Like, we missed him so much after the Crystal Palace game. Like our season basically just kind of dropped off a cliff after he got injured. So and obviously with Pogba's injury as well,
Norwich. Have been very disappointed. They had that famous win against Man City, which I was equally as impressed with their performance as the result, because we've seen teams beating Man City last season, Crystal Palace, but they actually played them off the pitch footballing-wise as well. Yeah. But since then, been very, very disappointing. We're looking at the scenes there. It looks like this is going to be an atmosphere for the Norwich fans to savour. Slightly concerned with this. Do you look at this as a potential banana skin, the way that United have been, or do you look at the fact that you won midweek, you drew to Liverpool, that this is the start of something now for Man United?
I don't know. It's hard to tell with this United side, to be honest. We're so wildly inconsistent with our performances. I don't think our start to the season has been as bad as some people have made out. I think there are certain games where we probably should have won, or we were a missed penalty away from winning. So I think, I'm fairly hopeful. And the thing is with Norwich, obviously, they like to keep possession. United actually play a lot better without the ball. I think the two games that we've won this season, we had far less of the ball. Obviously, Liverpool, we had far less of the ball as well, and we put in one of our better performances. It's actually when we've actually got a lot of possession that we tend to mess things up. So, it'll be an interesting one. I can't really call this.
Got to speak to you later on during the show as well about Rashford and Daniel James, two players that did impress very much in last week's game. But let's show you the live scenes from our final game. Don't forget, these all kick off at 4:30, so we are moments away from kick-off. Our third and final game is Arsenal against Crystal Palace at the Emirates. Specs, here is your beloved Arsenal walking out right now. You think this could be a tricky game? Palace again, a bit inconsistent, but for where they are in the league, they've had a good start overall.
Had a good start. They're 6, of course. It's a top 6 game. They beat us. They beat us here last year.
They did. And a lot of people look at that as the game that cost Arsenal top 4. I look at the game that cost you top 4 as when Aubameyang missed that penalty in the last minute against Spurs, and Spurs picked Arsenal to top 4 as the catalyst. Do you look at
after that game? I said we should sell Aubameyang.
You did. I remember that.
I was upset.
You did. Yeah.
But this is massive. It's massive because obviously Pepe and Zaha can compare both of them.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Obviously, if we don't win, we're 5 points off top 4. Palace obviously going 5th. So there's many reasons here. And obviously I can see Kieran Tierney, which is good. It's the new Nigel Winterburn. I'm excited about him. So we'll see, man.
Come on.
OK, finally we'll give you our Sky Bet. Liverpool are in. We'll come to Bayo in a minute, but let's have a look at some of the incentives through our friends at Sky Bet. These are the price boosts. Mane to score first in our feature game was 7-2, now 9-2. Son to score first. You can get that at 12-1, Bayo. Son to score first, that was 17-2. Van Dijk to score a header, 7-1, that is now 9-1. And if you want Kane and Salah, two top players, of course, both to score in 90 minutes, you can get that at 6-1. It was 5-1. Don't forget, you must be 18 plus. All terms and conditions apply. Some good price boosts there. Bayo, it's end-to-end, 40 seconds in. What? Spurs have a chance. Go on! Go!
He's off.
Come on, go. The ball is in the back of the net, Spurs.
He's off.
Go! He's giving it. Has he given it?
No, he's off.
It's a goal for Spurs. Come on! Yeah, it's Harry Kane.
Oh my
God!
God!
On, Bayo. Was he giving it? I don't know whether to celebrate or not anymore with VAR. I've probably got to wait 3 hours until I have clarification on side. Let's have a look at this. We are 40 seconds into the match.
Look at Sissoko here.
Bayo, talk to me here. We're doing the price boost.
We need to be kicked off.
End to end.
We need to be kicked off.
He's not.
Oh, he's onside. Come on! Yes. Come on!
What a header.
Thoroughly deserved, Bayo. It's been all Tottenham in the first 30 minutes.
Oh, my days.
Big strike from Son, off the bar, wicked deflection. Harry Kane, super Harry Kane, back of the net, 1-0 Spurs. Talk to us on the live stream. There's a long way to go, though. I'm fully aware of that. What are people saying, Will? What a start to our feature game.
OMG.
Harry Kane, Fox in the box, back of the net. What are people saying, mate?
OMG, lots of swear words coming in the chat right now. People thinking it's offside, but Smithy, you are 1-0 up.
Yes. Delighted, mate.
But Bayo, you've got to believe in yourself because you've never lost on the football social.
Why about that? Yeah, it's one. What? 2 minutes into the game. I ain't stressing.
To be fair, Liverpool nearly scored at the end.
16th goal for club and country this season. Harry Kane on absolute fire. 18 goals, by the way. He scored in 22 Champions League matches, which is one of the best goals to game return after that stage. So, started the season very well, Harry Kane.
You've got to give a big shout out to Sissoko there. Absolutely bossed about 4 people off the centre mid and then played it off the side.
I will say there is a very long way to go. And the one thing that worries me about scoring this side on Anfield is that Liverpool are just going to be flying out the blocks now, you think?
We have to come at you, so that means you can hit us on the counter.
Yeah, that is true.
Shoot.
So all our games have kicked off. McCubbin, reaction to that? I know that you're watching Man United.
Yeah,
not like having in your game yet, but first goal of the day.
Yeah, amazing. Whew. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. That's that's probably the perfect start actually, because Liverpool are going to have to go for it now, and they look rattled. But,
wow, what a start!
You can't believe it, can you, Smith?
I cannot believe it. No, you're exactly that right, Will. Let's get more reaction from the live stream. What are people saying? Have you got a question?
Yeah, well, this came in before the goal, but it's quite applicable now to the goal. Bayo, do you think Liverpool will bottle the title this season, or will they finally win it? Obviously, it's been a bit of a curse for Liverpool in the Premier League title.
I think we're better off. I think we're better off in a better position to win it, just because of what happened last season.
Yeah.
Look, it's hard to bet against Man City, but I'm always going to back Liverpool, so I do think we'll get over the line this year.
Fantastic. Question for you, Specs. Mesut Ozil situation rumbles on and on.
Oh, yeah.
Is he someone you'd like to... Well, you'd like to see him in the starting 11, but why do you think he's not playing?
Even squad Specs, that's the interesting thing.
I mean,
the squad. Even in the Europa League game midweek and against Sheffield United, not even in the squad. Why
Something's happened behind the scenes, and Emery's not. No one's telling us. This is the problem. And I think he's needed now, especially against Sheffield United. We needed someone to just, be, creative. But we need answers.
We did need him in that game, didn't we?
I think we needed him. But we need answers because, he's on 350k and he's not playing. Yeah. Like, what's going on? So we need answers. But there's definitely Emery and Ozil have got something going on. Maybe he owes Emery money. I don't know.
So you're going to suggest like a romantic sort of...
Yeah, there's something going on.
It is mad, the Ozil thing, isn't it? That he's not playing or not. And also the other interesting thing is that the quotes he says is that he seems to be happy at Arsenal, he wants to stay.
He's going to run down his contract,
it's not like he's pushing for a move, is he? But this is what frustrates a lot of Arsenal fans, is that they want him either to play or not to be at the club. Is that what you're thinking? You play him or he's not at the club? Because it's not healthy for the club, him just being there and not playing, is it?
Yeah, that's why I look at it. If we're not going to play him, let's sell him.
Chance for Norwich! Oh, over the bar. Big chance for Norwich. McCubbin, talk us through that.
Campbell.
Who is that, Campbell?
Yeah, Campbell with the chance. Aaron's great run down the right. United really open at the back there. Should have been 1-0 Norwich, that. Don't know what we're doing down the left.
Bayo, this chance for Norwich, just get your take on this. Should this be hitting the target from here, do you think?
Yeah, he should be. And I would go on like I care because... I'm not going to lie, but he should hit the target. I'm not going to be sore. He should hit the target.
Good play there, Campbell. So the other game is still 0-0. Arsenal v Palace 0-0. A few minutes into that. Norwich versus Man United 0-0. First real chance of the game for Campbell, and Spurs lead after that Harry Kane header from the first minute at Anfield against Liverpool. Interestingly, Bayo, the points will be down to just 3 points. It's a long way to go, but if Liverpool do drop points today, I'm not going to repeat that because I'm massively jinxing Tottenham here, and you'll probably go on to score a few goals. But it is... Do you think the title talk was premature? People saying, when you had that eight-point lead, was it? People saying, massive advantage Liverpool. We're in October.
Ooh. It was. It changes so quick. We haven't even lost a game before, and it's down to 3 points. That's how quick it goes. Yeah. You get one draw.
We've drawn one game.
So, for me, when people are talking, it's virtually one team they drew throughout that. It's virtually so hard to win every game throughout a football season, and we wasn't going to go do that. So even like we drew last season. You just can't get gas with it.
Just seen that goal, Harry Kane, 47 seconds on the clock when the ball hit the back of the net. Game just settling down a bit now. Specs,
Pepe and Zaha are going head-to-head here, which is good. Here's look, see? But I'm going for Arsenal win. Corner! Yep, there we go. David Luiz 1-0. Watch
Yeah, we
this.
saw that against Bournemouth, didn't we?
Bless you, Willie Wilson.
Defensively, still where you're most concerned as an Arsenal fan?
The last 10 years, it's 15 years. Definitely.
15 years?
Definitely. I haven't seen, I think Sol Campbell, Koscielny are probably the only two good centre-backs in Arsenal.
Even like the keeper as well, isn't it? Because it's like when you signed Petr Cech, you didn't even get the best version of him. And...
Corner for Arsenal, whipped in from Pepe. Oh, going out. Is that an out for another corner? Or thrown? Just out for a throw.
Those kind of corners, no power.
McCubbin, chance for Man United?
Half chance.
Half chance, yeah.
Ashley Young's
as soon as I said chance, he got cleared, actually, didn't he? Commentator's curse.
Yeah, went to Ashley Young, and he's had a really poor start to the game. Just quite out of position again.
Is it fair to say that this is a relegation battle game?
I mean,
he's gone there
at the moment.
Keeper!
What's going on?
Shame!
Oh! Go! Arsenal!
Don't VAR nothing! Get off him, man. Let him celebrate. What's he holding him?
Specs, tell us what happened.
Defender, you just was ripping.
I think we scored from a set piece. Socrates.
Any more information you can give us about the goal?
It was Socrates. I can't pronounce the surname. He's scored a half volley, bouncing, great finish.
Thank you, Specs. It is 1-0 Arsenal against Palace. Socrates with the ball in the back of the net. Here is the replay, mate. Talk us through it.
Yes.
So corner comes in for Pepe. I think it's Callum Chambers. Oh, no, it's not Callum Chambers. Is that Tini? Winterburn? No, it was Xhaka. Xhaka got the header. Come out to Socrates. Great finish.
It's a good finish. Scrappy goal from Palace's point of view. 2 chances to clear it.
Amazing.
Gary Cahill heads it. It's just bouncing around like a pinball.
Yeah.
Van Arnold on the line, can't quite get to it. The ball's in the back of the net. Arsenal 1, Palace 0. It will not go to VAR. You can celebrate. Both of us have seen our team score, and we don't know whether to celebrate now. Is this the problem with VAR, Specs? You don't know whether you can celebrate any goal.
This is why I like VAR, because you have to celebrate twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a lot of energy. Look, we're going for number 2. Go on. Look,
Chance for Arsenal down the right. Aubameyang with the ball, whipped in. Another corner. So going back to what you said earlier, Aubameyang out, you said, after he missed the penalty against Spurs. Are you still Aubameyang out, Specs?
Never. You stay 10 more years he can stay.
Heat of the moment was that.
Of course, I was upset.
Yeah.
I apologised, I did apologise. I had to apologise to Ian Wright as well. Right, come on, Pepe.
Right, have a little moment now, little breather. The only game that is 0-0 is your Man United. I want to ask you about Rashford. Yeah. So I thought he had a very good game. 2 days after I went and interviewed him, actually. Don't know if that's related or not.
Obviously,
but he had a very good game that day.
Yeah!
Another game for Arsenal!
David Luiz! I said it! Now this is going to be 5-0. I can feel it. Both centre-backs.
In case you hadn't worked out, it is a goal for Arsenal. It is 2-0. Specs, what happened? We missed the goal. Tell us what happened, mate.
Pepe's crossed it in.
What's he doing here?
What's going on?
What's going on with that celebration?
Oh, he went to the Wonder, didn't he, last week? So I don't know where he got from there. Oh, yeah, because he's in the Wonder. He went and saw the gorillas in the Wonder.
So you're talking about David Luiz has scored and he's done that
doing the gorilla celebration.
Can you talk us through the goal? We're seeing a replay now.
So the corner's come in. It's been flicked on by, was that Xhaka again? Or it looks like Lacazette. Yeah. And then it's tapped in by David Luiz. So both centre-backs have scored after I've said...
You just said you haven't had a good centre-back for 10 years and they've both scored. Well, that is a free kick for Tottenham, not given. Come on, referee.
Yes. Never free kick.
Amazing.
Don't clutch in that.
Arsenal scoring from corners now. Amazing.
No, as well. Hennessy didn't come for that, where he could have been probably a little bit shaken up from the last one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So it is Arsenal 2, Palace 2. Interesting, they are reviewing something. It did go to VAR for a push, but it has been given. Just, I don't think you're even aware of that, Specs.
I'm not interested in VAR right now. It's 2-0.
No, it is 2-0. Arsenal 2, Palace 0. Dreadful start for Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace. 2 goals behind. Good start for the Arsenal. 2 set pieces.
Amazing. Listen... Arsenal are not the same old Arsenal where we play football and try and pass it in. Now, if we can score goals like that and get top 4, I'll take it.
Realistic, you think Arsenal will get top 4 this season?
The thing is, we'll beat Palace and then we'll go Norwich. And it's just a consistency, so I don't know. But 3 points is 3 points.
1 minute 46 seconds, Specs, between goal number 1 and goal number 2. So a bad 2 minutes for Roy Hodgson. We haven't spoken much about what's going on at Carrow Road. We were talking about Rashford. I thought Rashford and James, in the slightly different roles they played, cutting in, both played very well.
Yeah, they were great.
How are they playing? How's Marcus Rashford playing today?
He's been fairly anonymous. I mean, he's put in a couple of balls from the left, but yeah, United not been best going forward. That's good from Fred there. But I really enjoyed Rashford last week. I thought it was probably his first actually good performance of the season. I think he's been relatively poor. Oh, that was nice from him there as well. And it's good to see him on the left as well, because I think as a lone striker, he just doesn't...
I agree.
Work.
I think he's better cutting in from the left.
He's better either cutting in from the left or, in a game like Liverpool, being partnered with someone who can split. And I remember about 2 or 3 years ago, Mourinho basically played the same tactics against Chelsea, and we won 2-0, and it was Rashford and Lingard in that game. And they did basically the same thing that Rashford and James were doing against Liverpool. So yeah, I think in that kind of system it really works. But yeah, I think my fear for Rashford is that he'll never find his kind of number one position. Whether he'll always be changing between centre forward and left and the left, I feel.
Bayo, as a striker yourself, is that what Rashford needs to do? I think we can all agree he's a top player.
Oh, what a save!
Oh, big save. Come to Specs in a minute.
Kieran Tierney's made a difference.
Talk us through it, Specs. What happened there quickly?
Kieran Tierney just picks up the ball from a pass from Guendouzi. He's beat the fullback, put a nice little low cross in, and it's come to Lacazette.
Good save, that, isn't it?
Great save by Hennessy.
He's all Arsenal, Specs, isn't it?
It's all Arsenal.
I don't understand how you don't play Lacazette and Aubameyang
together, yeah.
There's Zaha.
Zaha in the attack now. Going back to Martial, Bayo, do you think that's what he needs to do, nail down a position? Because it was interesting hearing Gareth Southgate's spoke about his positioning during the international break and saying he doesn't see him as sort of an out-and-out number 9. We've seen him used as a 9, we've seen him used as a sort of inverted winger. Where do you think his best position is?
I also agree. I think it's playing outside, cutting in. That's what I believe. But he has to nail down. It's not nice to be, or you can maybe play here or play here. Be the best at what you do. Like, be known for what you are, sort of thing. And that's what I think he needs to, the next couple of years, establish what he is. You know what I'm saying?
Because that can work against you, can't it? Obviously, a lot of people say being versatile is good because it opens up. Milner, for instance, is a prime example of someone that works the versatility well, and always they find a role with him at full-back, at centre mid, or wherever. But I think in Rashford's case, he needs to nail down a position for England, for Man United.
But I think that's almost what got him in the team as well at the first place, wasn't it? Having that versatility, and now it's just having that run in the team where he needs to be a number 9. He needs to, if he can forge a partnership with like Martial, that just solves his problems, United problems, and everyone's problem.
Bayo, last 10 minutes, Liverpool getting back into it. Half chance, Robbo down the left.
Yeah, for me, they've got a target. Eriksen's not going to be able to track Robinson, so we've got to. Well done, Lovren. Well done.
Well, that's an area for you. They have to exploit it.
Yeah, Eriksen. For me, Eriksen ain't going to want to do it.
No. It doesn't tend to track.
So that's where it is. Robbo's just got a bomb forward.
It's a very open game, this at Anfield. Spurs 1-0 up after 46 seconds. Liverpool having chances. Then Spurs had one right down the other. It's so open.
Here we go.
There is a player down, Liverpool. Put the ball out. There's an injury. Put the ball out. No,
take a little push. Pen!
No, that is a put the ball
out. He's through. Aubameyang's through. Aubameyang's through. Aubameyang's...
Oh, wow. Talk us through that chance.
That means...
Wow, Specs. What happened when Aubameyang was through? Aubameyang was through, but then
Aubameyang realised he wasn't through, and he just had a pot shot that just went wide. But was that Guendouzi with the pass? Guendouzi's been amazing this season, I must say.
It's a nasty injury, by the way, for Serge. Oh, this is a nasty injury for Serge Aurier, by the way. He went down, he's clutching his knee. It might just be an impact one. I think it's Alderweireld. There's a coming together of 3 players there. Aurier was down, he's screaming. Whether it's an impact or he's actually...
I think it was a standing foot, wasn't it?
I think he might be all right, but he was screaming in a bit of pain. 15 minutes on the clock. Eriksen and Kane are just having words with Pochettino on the touchline. Just need a bit of calm here, I think, Tottenham, as it is 1-0, but I think Aurier... I mean, this is a real problem for Spurs if Aurier does go off, because the right-back position is one where Spurs do not have many players that can play in that position, so real concern if he does have to go off. Just showing a replay of the Kane goal. Not a lot that Liverpool could have done about that. It's a wicked deflection, Bay, off the underside of the bar. Do you look at the marking for Liverpool there with Kane, or do you just look at that as a bit of a freak goal to concede?
Gomez would have headed it away. Look, it is what it is. You can pick the bones out of any goal. It was Kane reacted quickest. You know what I'm saying? They always say to defenders, think like a forward. You know what I'm saying? They didn't there, and that's why Kane scored so many goals. So listen, I ain't begrudging too much, and I like the response so far. And we're at home, man. So. And let's see what happens.
It's a big goal for Harry Kane as well, because in Tottenham Hotspur's history, he's just become the joint 3rd scorer, equal with Martin Chivers behind Bobby Smith, and of course we all know Jimmy Greaves holds that record. But a player of his age to be the 3rd highest goal scorer, equal in Tottenham Hotspur's history. I mean, he could just go on to break record after record. And if he stays at Spurs for a while, Will, and don't say, what if he leaves?
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Can you see him potentially breaking Alan Shearer's all-time record for Premier League goals?
If he stays on penalties, I think he can. But you know, he's the 3rd top scorer in Spurs history.
Yeah.
Does that say more about Harry Kane and his goal-scoring record or Spurs' history?
What I will say about that, 101 games less to score the same amount of goals as Chivers.
To be fair, the defender's probably a lot better now than it used to be.
And another reason, yeah.
So it is a fantastic achievement.
There you go. And we haven't taken some comments. Just remind viewers how they can get in touch.
Yes, get involved using the hashtag
comments.
TFS @FootballDaily @SoccerAM. Get them in on Twitter, get them in on YouTube, and we'll ask the panel right now. Bayer, one for you from Zainab. Big talk this week with the different kit deals around Liverpool, but trending on Twitter was Mbappe 2020. 1, I think I know the answer to this. Would you like to see the big man at Liverpool? And 2, do you think it will happen?
Hell yeah, to come to Liverpool, and hell no, I don't think so. But listen, if we got him, then boy, that's saying something. But I don't think it's going to happen.
No,
nah,
not at all. Smith,
you need him though. I know he's a top player. Don't get me wrong,
it
but
could
like,
rifle the system up, couldn't it?
You know, like when Liverpool got rid of or sold Coutinho, and everyone said, "Oh, that is a terrible loss for Liverpool."
Yeah.
The front three now, the way that they play, since Coutinho's gone, it's not because Coutinho's gone, but it's like the system that you play has almost benefited because Coutinho's not there. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah. No, you can lose your best player and become a better team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That can happen. So, but then again, the qualities of. That's just like if you offer me,
Marcus.
Oh, good save.
If you offer me Messi,
Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't turn down. Yeah.
Mbappe's on that quest.
that level, yeah.
On that,
If you were,
you know
who
what
would
I'm
you take out then if out of that front three?
but then it's just what it does as well. It makes them play better.
Yeah.
You know, when you've got the competition
for places.
You know, it makes you play better, and that's one thing I was saying about getting complacent when the quality touch.
Or chance for Liverpool here, whips in, gone behind for a corner quickly. McCubbin will go to you because there's a chance for Man United.
Yeah, really nice play. Andres Pereira, lovely run through the middle, laid off to Rashford, who then had a bit of interplay with Martial. They look really fluid at the moment. Rashford was actually a bit more central, Martial on the right. Fed it back into Rashford, then a really good save from the Norwich keeper.
Chance again.
Right. But yeah, it's good. I do think, like, kind of countering the point I was making earlier, like, Rashford, does probably need to nail down his position. But when him and Martial are on the pitch together, obviously haven't been so much this season, like, there is that option of fluidity, like Martial can come out onto the left as well, or, you know, that as a front three, it can work like that, I think, and it's been really nice to see so far.
Interestingly, Harry Kane, the 3rd player to score inside 60 seconds at Anfield in a Premier League game. I was asked if this is a quiz. Can you name it? No, but it's absolutely impossible to name. The other 2 players, Matty Elliott for Leicester and Olivier Dacour for Everton. So if I'd have put that as a quiz, we'd have probably been here all day, wouldn't we? Did you know that?
No. Close.
Back to you, another half chance for United.
Corner,
busy in goal.
Little header from...
Oh, what?
Amazing
save! Save! What's the save of the season?
I didn't realise it was a save.
Oh my word!
Man, little save. That's all save.
That is an unbelievable save.
That's like Seaman Pescasolido.
Yes, I remember that against Sheffield United. I was in a bar, I think in Lanzarote at the time, and the whole bar went, wow, as he saved it. That's the story. That's the end of the
Wow.
What a save that is.
That is unbelievable.
That's ridiculous. I didn't realise that. I thought it just took a deflection.
Chance.
Great sauce.
1-0.
The greatest midfielder we've seen come out of Scotland. Wow. Fletcher. And what a strike that was.
Great goal, that, wasn't it?
Great goal. Fantastic. 2nd from outside the box for the lad this season. I'm made up for him. Absolutely.
Haven't spoken about him. He scored a goal against Arsenal, good goal against Arsenal, scored a good goal against Norwich. Meanwhile, half-chance, Liverpool had the Spurs had the ball deep in their half, need to clear that. We'll see a replay any minute. Solskjaer looks delighted. Talk us through this one. Chance for Spurs.
This doesn't stop.
Go on, Sonny. Here's the replay. We're coming. Talk us through it before we go back to Anfield.
Ball into the box, comes out, and then... Oh, actually, it wasn't from outside the box, but yeah, lovely take from McTominay on the return.
Back to goal, takes it very quickly, whips it into the bottom corner. Tim Krul doesn't even move. Lovely finish that.
Absolutely clean.
Oh, that's a great strike, isn't it?
Lovely finish from McTominay. Yeah,
so we've got a
United
goal in
actually
every
deserve that as well.
game. Great for the stream. Norwich 0, Man United 1, Arsenal 2-0 up, and Spurs leading 1-0 at Anfield. There's still a very long time to go. This is the slowest game ever, Will, this?
Which one?
70 minutes to go.
Oh, mate, I'm enjoying it, though. It's end to end. It's like a basketball game. Yeah,
4 goals so far, it's great. Yeah.
Smith got loads of questions coming in. On the screen now, there should be a question from Ben Bessemer. He asks, there was the FA Cup draw this week. He said, what is your reaction to Chichester City FC getting a bye to the second round?
Brilliant scenes, wasn't it?
Absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant scenes.
Lower league teams getting there. Bay, I'll start with you.
Yeah.
How important are some of those cup runs for?
Oh, massive. I think the FA Cup, the cup competitions they're madly important. We've talked about it, how you get a chance to test yourself at the teams that you watch week in, week out.
Yeah.
Look, it's a beautiful thing. So, yeah, man. Long may
the
the
FA
continue.
Cup, I suppose, especially for yourself, being at Wickham, those first 2 rounds you're expected to win, and is it very much trying to get to that 3rd round and get one of those big dogs?
Yeah, of course. We just got drawn with Tranmere away. I don't know if I expected to win that game, but you want to try and get through, because it's all about getting to the 3rd round, because that's when the big boys come in, and then you want to get an away draw, so you can feel and taste the experience. You know what I'm saying?
It must be interesting that, because someone who's played League 1, League 2 football, you probably go into the 1st and 2nd round as massive favourites against lower teams. You get to round 3 and then suddenly you're big underdogs. So the mentality must change very quickly from one round to the next.
Yeah, it is. You go, it's like you get the non-league teams, and you've got to get your mind
and that's
right.
Their cup final.
That's exactly their cup final, and the way the changing rooms and the pitch stand. So you're going in there, you've got to have that mentality to say, all right, listen, we got to show what we are. We got to show the reason why we play where we play. Yeah. And then when you do get to round 3 and get the Premiership clubs, their mentality is they got to show why they're in the Prem, and then we got to be like, listen, we're trying to get to where you are, and that's the mindset. Oh, snap!
Oh, chance! Oh!
Why didn't he slide?
Chance for Spurs, whipped in, Ali. Oh,
good defending.
Oh, big chance for Tottenham. It's such an open game at Anfield. Eriksen whipping the ball, goes slightly past the post. Kane knows that is a half chance.
Go on, Pepe. Give it to him.
I think it might have been offside, Bay. If that had gone to VAR, we're just looking at it again. The lines are very tight. Eriksen with the ball, slightly overhits it. Dele Alli does well to keep it in, cuts it back. And then Eriksen has a chance on the volley. And he's inches away from Harry Kane. I just don't know whether that would have gone to VAR, because every goal does. I think he may have been offside. Well, it would have been one where they got their ruler and protractors out to see if he's offside.
We knew that already was offside.
Yeah.
Nervously, I told you.
Big game. This is all go at Anfield.
It's bad for Liverpool, isn't it? Because having that...
Well, yeah, they're 1-0 down.
No. Having that performance to get at Old Trafford, and then you're like, a few doubters around there, need a good start, 45 seconds in.
But as Bayo says, they've only dropped 2 points, and if they drop points against Man United and Spurs, that's not terrible start to the season. But then people,
to go?
With social media now, exactly, people make a big deal out of it.
Donut.
To be fair,
chance for Liverpool here. This is not what I like to see. Trent whipping the ball in on the right. Oh, it's a good ball as well. Oh.
We're 25 minutes in and Liverpool haven't created a clear-cut chance, which is it's so rare to see that. And it was
they
the
look
same against
threatening
United.
down the byline.
Another corner.
They do, but
another corner.
By the way, it's another corner. Talk us through it, Specs. Corner. Oh!
These balls Pepe's putting in is amazing. It's like Janino for Leo.
Are you Pepe in now?
I'm saying all about Pepe now, yeah?
Pepe looks like after those free kicks, it looks like he's set piece.
Oh, he's lovely from Chelsea United. Oh, that's a penalty.
That's a goal.
Bayo, is this a penalty for you?
No,
He's not giving it.
It. Daniel James.
VAR, yeah.
Well, they look at this one. Bayo, I want to get your thoughts on this.
Daniel James is
on the
very
attack.
It doesn't. Daniel James probably.
Martini, amazing.
And Arsenal on the attack. It's all going these 3 games.
Oh, it's just great. I love it when it's like this.
And it's gone back. Bayo, penalty for you, yes or no? It's on Daniel James.
Oh, that's a pen, surely.
I don't know, it's coming together. This is the angle you want.
If he's hitting Bayo, he's staying up, but if...
I don't think that's a penalty for me. So coming together.
But I think it's clumsy, though. It's clumsy. Like, he makes a mistake
If
there.
that's outside the box,
is it not 6 to 1, half dozen of the other? I know it's a cliche, but is it not that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not actually familiar with that.
He gets that as a free kick outside the box, but I don't think...
Right, it's going to VAR, Bayo. As the penalty does, it is going to VAR.
See the one they overturned on Saturday? Everton, that stank, that That absolutely.
Will, what are your thoughts on this? It is going to VAR. We're looking at a super slow-mo.
It might not be seen as a clear and obvious error. That's
You look. That's so what go to.
So they do set a high bar. What they said at Stockley Park is they'll only overturn it if it's a clear and obvious error from the ref. Interestingly, the referee hasn't given it, so it's got to be a clear and obvious error, Bayo, for them to overturn this.
Look, he's
Mo! Oh, what a save from Gazzaniga, chance for Mino! Big save again, get rid of it, Tottenham. Wow, that has just been lumped into the stand.
This is the
This is amazing.
This is the football social.
This is a football social. Specs is having a field down the football social. Enjoying it, Specs?
I'm loving it, man. I'm comfortable. There's no VARs, pennies. We're 2-0
all going on. Chance for Gazzaniga making 2 big saves, and Danny Rose just lumps it into Rose head.
He goes to
They are still looking at this penalty at Carrow Road. I would be surprised if they overturn it due to the fact the original decision was no penalty.
They're taking a long time.
But they are taking a long time. Meanwhile, Arsenal on the attack, and there's a corner at Anfield. Whipped in.
Why are we going to the...
Danny Rose clears it.
Look at Teeny.
Do you not think yesterday sort of starts a new precedent now for the one what they did at Everton?
I think that's a great point, and I think it does, because it's the first time, am I right in thinking, the first time they've overturned it, which I think referees have been reluctant to do. There's a decision now.
I think it's a pen.
Oh, it's a pen!
Has he given it?
I don't maybe not.
Was it a goal kick?
Right, it's gone back to VAR.
No card for Daniel Jones? No.
No, it's a penalty!
Yeah, it is a penalty.
Yesterday we saw a decision overturned.
What?
And we have seen a penalty being overturned. Are you surprised that's been overturned, Mikey? Considering we can't agree together now.
I mean, maybe considering what we've seen, but this is the thing with VAR, it's just changing week by week now. Like the authorities, I think, are a little bit scared about like how the decisions are coming across to the fans and obviously pundits and the media. Like they seem to be changing their kind of methods of how to use it almost every week. So it's just a case of when it actually becomes more consistent. But this is always going to happen, isn't it? This is always going to happen with the technology like this.
A Man United penalty is always a contentious issue.
Right, Man United's penalty,
I think this is our 5th penalty of the season.
Tim Krul is in goal, warming up. Marcus Rashford is over this.
Tim Krul is a bit of a specialist, though, isn't he?
Tim Krul has got a very good penalty.
Oh, was it the World Cup?
They brought him on.
2014,
Save penalties. Louis van Gaal, I believe.
I was in a bar in London, Smithy. Didn't need to know that, but I thought we're...
Good story. Great story. Do you expect this to be in the back of the net, Bayo? Marcus Rashford stepping up. I know that Liverpool have got a free kick as well.
Smash this.
Side net.
Smash this.
Stinks.
Liverpool whip in. Oh! Big, is that save? That is a big save. Damn! I will have a look at the replay in a minute. Bayo.
VVD!
Penalty for Marcus Rashford. Is this a goal? Yes or no?
It's a goal.
He saved it! I told you! Andy Bayo can defend what? Is this a goal? He said it's a goal. Silly question, don't ask me that. It was saved, Bayo.
I called it.
Tim Krul, specialist in saving penalties, saves a pen.
That was a terrible penalty.
Weak pen. I don't think he didn't get the connection that he wanted on that.
It's so true, normally.
He gets the
usually hits it true. He hit that one false, and it is not in the back of the net.
Bang.
Paulo Gazzaniga's made a big save. By the way, 3 big saves in this game for Paulo Gazzaniga. It's great for his confidence, isn't it?
United are in again.
We're making chances now. We're making chances.
Paulo Gazzaniga, beautiful eyes, great hands. Right, ball is whipped down the right-hand side. Oh, God, this is quite worrying. Liverpool with a chance. Oh, another big save. Paulo Gazzaniga.
He's going on back.
Big save.
He's going on back.
What a shot!
I tell you what, Lloris's arm is.
Big save. Get rid of it, Spurs. Blow the whistle, ref. This would be great for the Premier League if Spurs can win this game. It just opens up.
Ain't nobody talking about the Premier League. Come on.
Breathe. Take your time. We've got to look at some of these saves from Paulo Gazzaniga back. Big save.
No!
That penalty is going to be a penalty.
Penalty!
No, it's not. It's a free kick. Expect what's happening in your game. Give us some context.
Oh, he dived. Zaha.
You got to check the VAR thing, innit?
They're going to look at it. Expect what happens.
Zaha picks up the ball. He starts driving at Callum Chambers. Does a step over. Looks like he's tricked Callum Chambers.
Roy Hodgson is fuming on the touchline, Specs.
But he's been done for diving. Boy, if he's diving, he gets a yellow card. That's it.
Here we go, Mane.
Oh, no!
Onside. Mane was onside.
No!
Jurgen Klopp's got his head in his hat.
Hey!
What's he not? Oh, it's okay! What is going on?
Marcus Rashford.
A few minutes. We're looking at that big chance.
Marcus Rashford.
Remember Marcus Rashford. I have remembered his name. Talk to us about this goal, Michael McCubbin.
I didn't see much of it. I've got to see the replay. But he's made up for the penalty miss.
It was a long
Meanwhile, they're going to VAR. That's a penalty. They're going to VAR at Stamford Bridge. Is it a dive from Zaha? Is it a penalty?
Look at him.
This might be a penalty. They might overrule this.
That's a pen.
That's a pen, that is. If they're giving a pen for that one at United, that's a penalty.
Look at this ball from Daniel James.
By the way, what
Lovely.
a pass from Daniel
That's
James.
a great touch from Rashford.
Marcus Rashford just had a penalty save.
So nice. So nice.
This is the football social.
This is the football social.
This is.
Goals galore, action points. So Marcus Rashford just missed a pen. Barra said there was no doubt he'll score. He missed it. Daniel James, what a pass that is.
Beautiful.
Checking for offside.
This is what I
that
saw
is as well.
I saw this as the goal.
Meanwhile, Specs, we've got to go to you. Zaha has been booked for diving, but it's gone to VAR. What is the latest at Stamford Bridge with this decision?
So it looks like now, just like in the Man United game, VAR takes 10 minutes to decide if it's a penalty or not. But it looks like it is a penalty. And Zaha always wins penalties against Arsenal.
The decision hasn't been made yet, has it? He hasn't made the decision
You
yet.
don't give that a penalty. I'm like, boy.
I'm wearing glasses. That's a penalty to me.
It's an Arsenal fan wearing glasses saying it's a penalty. They're still checking it.
Oh, is it saying
They're
checking
still
penalty?
checking this penalty.
It says penalty, no?
Give it in! Penalty!
Wow.
Hey?
Waiting for confirmation. Penalty is the words on the big screen. That means penalty. And interestingly, they've just gone to Zaha and said, about that yellow card I gave you, sorry, it's not a yellow card.
So that Zaha should give the ref a yellow card.
You think?
Yeah, the ref should get a yellow card.
Sorry. I'll tell you, email me that apology.
So before this weekend, Bale, we didn't have a single penalty overturned, like London buses. 3 at once this weekend overturned. Is this a big moment for the Premier League now? You think we'll see more penalties overturned?
Start seeing stuff overturned now.
Milivojevic, who has got an unbelievable record of penalties.
Leno, do a Tim Cool.
This is side.
Although it's a big penalty.
To be fair, what I've been saying today...
Milivojevic steps up.
Go!
Big penalty, by the way. We talk about the Harry Kane.
Never have a clean sheet. You can never have a clean sheet. 10 years.
You Arsenal fans are nasty, yeah.
Sounds like you were leaving your wife.
You're bad, man. Jeez.
Milivojevic, can we talk to him? He's got one of the best penalty takers in the Premier League. He steps up.
He's a fantasy
back of the net.
banker.
We've got to come to social media. Will, what is going on? Talk to us. Arsenal fans, what are they saying? Tottenham fans, what are they saying? Man United fans, there's been so many talking points. Are there any fans of VAR? What are people saying? Talk to me.
A couple of VAR fans in there. Get your merch, your VAR merch, selling it now. But the fans in the chat going off. Questions abound. What do we do about this Manchester United penalty-taking situation?
Michael.
Nah, it's old news. It's old news.
Well, it's very new. You just missed one.
Yeah, we have just missed one, to be fair. Oh, here we go. Another chance.
Side netting. Someone in the crowd probably would have cheered that to the end. They're watching it at.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's a difficult one. I think Rashford's a good pen taker, but he has missed 2 this season out of 3, so not great. I don't know. I'm still happy for him or Pogba to take him, to be honest.
Chance for Bale, got to say, got to be honest, it has been all Liverpool last 10 minutes.
All Liverpool, but then that means nothing if we don't score.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can get a goal before half-time, and then the game's going to go what I thought it would go.
3 big saves from Paolo Gazzaniga as well.
I don't even know the guy, but he's doing bits.
What is going on? This is a real top 6 battle.
I don't want to laugh with you because you were sitting there saying...
handball.
You were there saying 2-0, you're comfortable, you ain't stressed. Now it's 2-1.
You did say 5-0 all day, walk in the park.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, done Lovren, man, because he's playing on you. Don't let him play on you.
It is all go.
And it's got a corner now. What goes up comes around. Specs
has come with you. Talk us to what's going on. It's a corner for Crystal Palace. Are you slightly concerned at this stage?
I'm concerned now. This is where Arsenal's defence starts to worry me. Are they good enough to hold this until half-time or get another goal, at least?
34 minutes on the clock. Oh.
Well done, Luis. Pepe, off you go, you're back. Pepe versus Zaha. Pepe versus Zaha, ha? Ha-ha! No, foul! VAR! That's a foul!
They're still
going.
Hey! That's
brilliant.
Oh, let it go.
Patrick Van Arnhout helping his team
out. That's class.
What's that 4 fouls there?
What's going on? Carrow Road, McCubbin.
McTominay's taking a tumble there. Don't know what's going on there, but I think we've got a free kick. Not an awful lot aside from that. But yeah, United have been good. I mean, Norwich aren't great, but yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised with the performance.
Other than the penalty miss, it's been a lot of positives.
Yeah, like Fred and Pereira have both played really well in the middle. They've not been, not coming for a lot of praise this season. So yeah, it's been all round.
Bit of a tussle as well between Sissoko and Robertson.
That's what we need.
Yeah, good.
Book him. A yellow card for both, Bale, or is it just...
No, man, Sissoko.
Sissoko is not a player I like to see on a yellow card so early on.
Bully my man. Don't bully my guy.
He's a physical player.
And then he went to push him.
Do you think the yellow card... I think the yellow card is actually for the afters. See, that is silly, Bale, isn't it?
Yeah.
Silly yellow card. And Sissoko is a player that you don't want to be on a yellow card because of the position he plays in.
Want to
physical.
Be on a
I don't want to. That is a concern. Third yellow card of the season. 35 minutes on the clock, and another. I don't like these Liverpool free kicks on the byline when they've got Trent and Robbo over them.
Come on,
They've both got about 1 million assists last season from these positions. Slightly over-exaggerated the number, but I am concerned about this free kick, Will.
It's just... You just put yourself on edge, don't you, with these two standing there? That is dreadful. That's probably the worst free kick you've ever seen.
You jinxed him. You think you're slick? Yeah, all right, cool.
What is going on?
He goes Zaha again.
Spectacular.
Oh, Zaha cutting inside.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, just a reminder, that yellow card has been rescinded. It did not count because it went to VAR. The penalty was given, so no yellow card for diving. Good for Zaha, Bayo, that, but also good because the reputation. Players don't like to be known as a diver as well, do they? So that's where, if VAR wasn't in effect this season, he would have had a yellow card for diving.
Yeah.
So that's the positive of VAR, isn't it?
Yeah, no, look, of course there's positives. You know what I'm saying? Look. Book him again. Book him again.
Don't book him again.
That's the thing as well, though. Like,
He's been so good.
Where is he going, though, Sissoko? There.
Oh!
He's
Red card!
He's won the ball! He's won the ball!
He didn't. Red card. VAR, check it for a red card.
He's won
Send
the ball.
him off.
Come
Send
on,
him
refs,
off.
don't ruin the game.
Send him off.
That was a bit like Bertrand on Friday, that was. You could see Danny Rose walk there, actually.
Oh, Danny Rose has got the yellow card out.
Did he just hit the crossbar?
Could they check that, though, for VAR for like, clearing obvious
Chance for
red
Arsenal Specs down the right-hand side.
Is it the crossbar?
I think it's in the crossbar. Let's have a look at this replay, Bayo. Sissoko. See, Sissoko's not helped Danny Rose out here with this stray pass because he's cut it short.
He didn't mean to stray, he didn't mean to pass it to him.
Oh,
You know, the thing was, Rose and Hendo had a little,
Let's have a look at this.
little get-together, and then he's left.
He's won. I think he's won the ball there, you know.
Even so, the follow-through is busy.
That's dirty, that
I
is.
think he's got a tiny bit on the ball. Tough to see. I don't think any of us can... Oh, it's a big yellow card as well because, of course, Danny Rose, that is his 5th booking of the season, which means he misses the game against Everton. So, big miss, Ben Davies. Although Ben Davies has to be said, solid.
left-back's all right,
Ben Davies, how I describe him, is a solid 7 out of 10
every time.
Each time he plays.
Not mistaking him, but not an outstanding performer.
Yeah. That's Liverpool.
Firmino!
Oh! No.
Oh, it's so scary.
Van Dijk's gone down.
Right, AAV.
Van Dijk's gone down. I think just give it a rest, Van Dijk. You're a fantastic player. We all admire you. Don't risk injury.
Oh, he looks gutted.
Get up.
What's that? That's a big one.
No, it's just hit him in the face, isn't it?
No, that could. I think his hamstring's gone there.
Take the chin.
Let's go back to the stream while there's a bit of calm in all of our games at the minute. We're just looking back at this incident. What happened with Van Dijk? He's claiming that Sanchez has pushed him in the neck there. I don't know whether this is going to VAR. There's a slight hand into his neck. It's very minimal, but to be fair, it probably does hurt. Big save from David De Gea as well, McCubbin. What happened here? Is it Cantwell again?
Yeah, Cantwell again.
Cantwell's class, isn't he?
Looping.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, Norwich have been a bit better, actually. Pookie just ran about half the length of the pitch to set up a chance about 2 minutes ago. Norwich are coming back into the game a little bit, but hopefully not for long.
Van Dijk's back on the pitch. 78%.
There it is.
Possession
Handball!
from Liverpool in this half.
Yeah, but possession.
There we go. Drive. Pepe goal.
We'll go to Specs here because Arsenal have the ball in a dangerous area. Specs, you went a bit quiet there. What's going on?
Yeah, there was a chance to counter there, but we slowed down. We stopped our own counter. There we go.
Pepe's got to run onto the ball there.
You just done that.
Coyote.
I don't mind that. You can do that, you know.
He's got that 3-1 half time on. That is absolutely terrible.
So many goals on the Football Social this half.
Oh my God.
And I thought Spurs were in there, but they're not. Well tracked down from Harry. Is he going to kick this in? No, he's not.
Push him.
Careful, don't push him.
Would you say there's a bit of a lull now, Smith?
A lull?
Yeah.
In what game?
All of them.
Not really, no.
I was going to ask a question.
Go on.
Thank you. Gents, on Friday night football saw the 9-0.
Yeah.
If you're in charge of Southampton, what do you do with Ralph now as the manager? Do you keep him? How does a manager losing 9-0 get the dressing room back?
In the Prem, you should never lose 9-0.
No?
Ever.
Never ever.
Never use 9-0 in the Prem.
Only ever happened once before, Bayo. 9-0 Ipswich losing to Man United.
Fun stat about that. Peter Schmeichel was in goal that day.
Peter Schmeichel, yeah.
Thanks, mate.
There you go. So you said you should never lose 9-0, but Southampton, I mean, how serious do they take this in terms of the management and everything?
You can look at it as an isolated incident and say, listen, we just didn't turn up. But again, I don't think you should overreact.
No, he's not been there long, is he, Ralph?
I don't think you should overreact. For me, as when it comes to personal and a personal pride as players, you should just come on. Sorry, free kick. Let's go, Trent. Put this in for me, player.
Oh, I just realised that was nothing to do with Southampton there, Trent.
Oh,
worryingly, this is... Oh, is that...
Yes, it is. Don't try it.
No, good. I didn't see the next part of it. Harry Winks on Sadio Mane. This is a dangerous area for Liverpool, not liking the look of this. 5 minutes left on the clock. Spurs have just got to get to half, but this is just when you don't want to concede in the last 5 minutes.
We do this,
that was only a few years ago, wasn't it? The one at Anfield when it was like dead game, then it was like...
You're talking about?
Yeah, 1-0, 2-1, 2-2 in the last minute.
Yeah.
You've got another corner.
You love them today, don't you, Specs?
OK, Specs, we'll go to you quickly for the corner before we come back to Bayo for this
He's about to put it in.
free kick for Liverpool.
Oh, no.
Oh, VAR.
VAR and a handball.
VAR incident. What's going on at Carrow Road?
Potentially another penalty for United.
For Man United.
Potentially another
Is
save.
it Cantwell again?
He's out the box.
It's come off
He's been all over this game, hasn't he? Every time he...
Ooh.
That's a pen.
That's a pen for you, Bayo, is it?
Well, with the whole VAR rule,
Is it as harsh in the Prem as it is in the Champions League, though? I'm not sure.
There's no silhouette rule, is there?
It's if it's in an unnatural position.
But it is. I mean, it's kind of unnatural, but I don't know. I think it would be harsh. But
this is a chance for Liverpool here. Free kick on a dangerous area. It looks like Henderson, Trent and Mo Salah over it. Who takes this for you, Trent?
Hendo's on this. Hendo's like...
No!
Oh, good defending.
Clean.
Great wall.
I tell you what, Wolves are coming to question this weekend.
Hey, ref!
Nothing wrong with that, referee. Come on, ref.
Book him as well about what for.
I think they're giving it. They're just saying, is it a pen or not?
One of the most honest players and men you can meet. Thoroughly lovely man, which I think has to come into it. And that's their people sometimes. Harry Winks, the nicest footballer you can meet.
Ah, man, it's God's day. Don't lie on me.
It's another pen! Look at that from the ref.
And Rashford's going to... No, Martial's going to take the...
Well, this is going to be interesting.
Now, this is interesting. McCubbin will stay with you. There's also another free kick, dangerous area for Liverpool. And there's another corner, it looks like, for Arsenal. McCubbin, we've got to come to you first because it's a penalty for Man United.
I think Martial's taking this one.
Told you,
Martial's taking this.
Free kick, Winks in for Liverpool. Oh.
Then the old handshake, the approving handshake.
Zoko, don't go running in.
Martial's going to miss as well.
No, Martial's scoring.
So, the question I have for you here as a striker, is this a good decision or should he let Rashford take it?
No.
Interesting.
Because
it looks like Rashford. It looks like Rashford really gave that up to him.
Yeah.
It looked like Rashford was like, you take it.
Rashford wanted it. Rashford would have took it.
But then it cut to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on the bench.
But they've had Pogba taken, they've had Martial taken one. Rashford, do you not need a penalty taker for a club? One penalty taker.
They've got one.
Solskjaer was mouthing Rashi. Literally said it on the bench when it cut to him. So is it defined?
If Martial scores this, it's fine.
Penalty. Oh, it's another save! It's another save!
I said it twice.
In a cruel turn of fate, Tim Krul has saved another penalty. He's the penalty expert.
Who's a bad man, you know?
Tim Krul is the man that was brought on in the Euros just for penalties.
Who is a bad man?
He is a bad man.
Football, how many that's
He might be a bad man, but he's a good penalty taker. Saver. So Pogba has missed a penalty. And Rashford has missed a penalty. Tim Krul has saved 2 penalties against Man United.
Bang.
Michael McCubbin, Man United fan. Where do Man United go from here for penalties?
I don't know.
You might as well take one next.
Yeah, I think we should just give up penalties. We should just not take them at all.
You'd rather have a corner, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd take a corner. Rashford taking the corner.
It's a cruel game, isn't it?
It is a very cruel game. It is a very cruel game.
I told you, I could just see it.
He said it.
He did say that, Specs.
I've always got back my strikers. I ain't going to allow. I've got back my strikers.
Fair play to Tim Krul.
Wow. Oh, there's so much to go through at half-time. In our feature game, it is still Liverpool 0, Tottenham 1. We haven't spoken about Arsenal. It's 2-1 in that game, Specs. What's been going on in the last 5 minutes? Haven't seen any of it.
Yeah, Zaha, he did a dive about 5 minutes ago, so he's starting to dive now. But other than that, Palace are growing in confidence, and Zaha's getting on the ball a lot. So this is going to be interesting.
Bayo, I want to get your thoughts on Tottenham, because a lot of pundits and players have had their say on Spurs and how they've performed this season, not up standards. As a Liverpool fan watching this, how have you found the performance from Tottenham? Better than you've seen so far this season? Or do you think they've been a bit lucky with Gazaniga making some good saves?
Look, you're coming to Anfield, you're going to make saves. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they've started with a goal and they've got something to hang on to. Do you know what I'm saying? So Tottenham's Tottenham. They've got quality players.
But they seem to be tracking a little bit more, and the tempo's a bit better. And the fact they're running into tackles and making fouls, we don't want to see fouls, but it shows that they want this game. And that's been a critique of them so far this season. Not tracking runners. They seem to be doing that today.
Yeah, no, they're up for this game. You can see they're up for this game. So whatever Poch has said to them, it's worked because they're up for this game. And, you know, scoring a minute into the game is...
always helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and if you're going to play against Liverpool, you're going to want to try and hit them on the counter-attack, you know, deny the space in behind.
And 3 minutes of additional time has just been announced. We're in the 45th minute, 38 seconds gone. Spurs just need to keep this to 1-0 at half-time. I can't stress how important that is. And it's all Liverpool at the minute on the attack. We are in additional time of all 3 of our games. Arsenal with a chance just gone out of play. Lots going on at Carrow Road, Michael. Probably been the busiest of all the games, actually, in terms of talking points.
Yeah, I mean,
Man United, 4 penalties missed this season already.
Yeah, ridiculous. We've had 6, missed 4 of them. Yeah, not a great challenge from Aaron Wan-Bissaka there. Got a yellow card.
Here's the replay of it. Oh, that's a nasty tackle.
Oh, that's horrible.
So, is he lucky to be on here, or is that...
I think that's still a yellow, though, isn't he?
He's gone right over him, though, hasn't he? He's like slid over him.
Yellow card for Wan-Bissaka. Campbell's been very heavily involved in this game, hasn't he?
Has been, yeah.
Every foul, every chance, every penalty seems to be involved.
Yeah, he's must have, what, 2 shots on targets.
Liverpool, I have to say, it's been all Liverpool this last 5 minutes. Spurs just struggling to keep the ball. That's a free kick. Well done, referee. Fantastic decision. Just slow the ball down, Spurs. Take the heat off it. Interesting, Davinson Sanchez partnering Alderweireld. Spurs have played with that defensive partnership all season.
Ooh.
What?
Seen a few of them
given just
there.
In reference to a shout for a penalty from Liverpool.
Where does the arm start? That's the question.
There's been a question on many decisions this year, isn't it? It was a question in the last Spurs game, of course, when Dele Alli scored. Went to VAR. The goal was given, even though it was displayed on the screen as not being given. They did score with that, and the same argument was happening. Where does the arm start? Kane was in behind, but the ball goes out for a goal kick. We'll just take a quick question before we get to half-time. Moments away in all 3 of our games, all of them kicked off at half-4, don't forget.
Yes. Specs question for you. Kieran Tierney's first start. How impressed have you been with him running down that left?
No, he's been really, really good.
Yeah?
He reminds me of Robertson a tiny bit. Obviously, Robertson's, you know, at the next level, but I like him. He's busy, putting balls in, he takes players on. Tierney's amazing. One of our best signings.
With Hector Bellerin coming back as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you've talked a lot about the back 4. Would that shore your nerves up a little bit?
Yeah, I think...
Another chance for Liverpool in the last minute. This is worrying for Spurs. Great ball whipped in. Ooh. Spurs need to just...
Oh, Palace! Wilf! Oh, terrible touch.
Touch, man.
Specs Zaha again on the ball. Is he causing Arsenal problems?
He's causing problems. He can't get the ball off him. Look, Pepe, no one's getting the ball off him. Oh, we've got it now. Pepe just
and the half-time whistle has gone. These are the scenes at Anfield. Harry Kane, the prolific Harry Kane, England captain, with the only goal of the game after 46 seconds. And probably been one of the players of the day, Bayo, so far. Paulo Gazzaniga making 3 or 4 great saves to keep Spurs in it. It is Liverpool 0, Tottenham 1. If you're Jurgen Klopp, do you look at changing it at all? Do you give it a little 10 minutes? Are you happy with the performance?
I'm happy with the performance. I'm happy with the reaction. It's been all Liverpool. You give it 10 minutes and then you feel like, if it feels like it's the same, then you look to change it. But Klopp will get him at half-time and he'll say, look, got up the intensity. Of course, next goal is the biggest goal anyway, do you know what I'm saying, in the game. But no, I'm happy with it. Keep it the same.
OK, Bayo happy, not with the result, with the performance. Looks like Liverpool probably will keep it the same, but it is Spurs 1-0 at Anfield as things stand. And these are the half-time scenes at Carrow Road. It's 2-0. Michael, I'd like to check with you what the score is. There's so much going on in this game. It is 2-0, but it only tells half the story because they missed 2 penalties.
2 pens, yeah. 2. I mean, the Rashford pen was really poor. Thought the second one, great save from Krul.
And you called that as well. You did say before, we both said, he's good at saving pens.
He is, yeah. And he's proven it once again. Doesn't lose that, does he? I'm pretty happy.
Good finish from McTominay, good finish from Rashford. They're the 2 goal scorers as well. You'd think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be happy overall because it has been all Man United, hasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it's been a really good performance. Norwich as well have threatened, but I think in terms of like keeping the ball and I don't know, stringing together good attacks, thought United have been really impressive. The problem is though, this whole penalty thing is just 2 missed pens. It just makes this whole conversation carry on.
Yeah.
And it was just the most annoying thing after that Wolves game with the Pogba Rashford thing. I thought that just got
the conversation.
Yeah, it just got spoken about far too much. It's not the biggest issue in the world.
So with carrying the conversation on, I've got another question about carrying the conversation on.
Yeah, okay.
If Man United get a 3rd penalty in this match, who takes it?
De Gea. Has to be. or I don't know. Like, not take the penalty.
Hey, have you ever been in a situation in your career where I know you take a lot of penalties, you've been penalty taker for many teams, you've had other penalty takers, but
I'm up for
you scored playoff penalties, you scored some big pens.
Yeah.
Have you
I'm
even
not a penalty taker, so
no,
I'm
okay.
there, like making my goals.
You can hit the back of the onion bag though, can't you, on a pen?
Thank you, yeah.
Okay. But have you been in a situation where there's been a few of you that want a pen, and how does that dynamic work in a changing room?
It always comes down to if the penalty there's a designated penalty taker. Everywhere I've been, there's a designated penalty taker. So if the penalty taker's not on the pitch, then it falls to hierarchy.
Right.
So whoever...
And is that hierarchy decided before the game, or is that sometimes happening on the pitch?
So wow. It's hierarchy. It's like anything. It's hierarchy. So if the senior player, if it's the captain, turn around, listen, he's taking a penalty. That's what it is. So that's what a captain's job is on the pitch. Or whatever it is, a senior striker. His point on the job, on the pitch, to be like, okay, listen, if he feels to take the penalty, I'm taking the penalty. If the captain turns around and says, listen, I want him to take the penalty, he feels comfortable, takes the penalty. Sometimes you've got to work out stuff on the pitch. You can't, managers can't hold your hand for you. So
and is it magnified in the Premier League because all the cameras, because they, like Will was looking at the cutaway of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that will be made into a story now because Man United have missed 2 penalties.
100%. It's the Prem. That is everything that happens in the Prem is even when they have to talk like this now, they'll talk with fuck about in League One. There's no cameras on that. Like, listen, play it long. Like, get me some juice after, because it's the Prem. So everybody wants to make a story, and that's just where it is. So it gets magnified because it's the Prem.
OK, it does get magnified because it's the Prem. There was another game in the Prem that has just seen the half-time whistle blow. Specs, talk us through the scenes that we are seeing now. Socrates and David Luiz with the goals, 2 centre-backs. Looked very good for Arsenal. Then, of course, we had the VAR penalty issue with Zaha. Milivojevic dispatched it. Looking at Socrates there, talking through it, obviously not happy about the penalty decision, but worth pointing out, it wasn't actually the ref that gave the penalty, it was VAR that overturned it. Thoughts on the first half as a whole as an Arsenal fan?
There was some good signs, especially with Tierney, but obviously the goals have come from a set piece. And that's what I said to you at the start, is like, I don't know what Arsenal do, I don't understand what's going on. And for Arsenal to score goals from a set piece, which is something that we don't usually do, just shows me that, again, we don't know what's going on with Arsenal. You never know what they're going to do game by game. But the half's decent, but for me, 2-0 up at home against Palace, we should have seen the half, clean sheet by half-time, so a bit more comfortable. With Arsenal, we never seem to just relax in that comfortable seat. Never. We're always...
It makes for entertainment, though, on the stream, which is good. Got to show you this, Bayo, because we can give you some of the stats from the first half. So Liverpool-Spurs, our feature game, we all know it is 1-0. Not a lot of bookings in the game so far. 2 for Spurs, no for Liverpool. But this is where I want to get your thoughts on attempts. 10 for Liverpool to Spurs' 4. Spurs have only had 1 shot on target, but just to let you know, that did result in the only goal of the game because Tottenham are currently winning 1-0. Corners 4-0. Possession 76 to 24. I mean, even as a Spurs fan, I have to look at that and go, Liverpool have dominated for large parts of that game.
Yeah, but then if
76%.
If it's the same at the end of the game, I'll take the stat that went. That's why I say, Liverpool haven't played bad. Like, they've played much better than they did last week. And I wouldn't change it. Klopp will go in and he'll say, I don't think he'll say more of the same because we haven't scored. You know what I'm saying? He'll have to be like, look, we've got to get back.
You don't want to change. Like I asked you about the substitution, you stick with it in a minute.
I'll stick with it and I'll ask for a little bit more intensity. But you can see by the stats, stats don't lie. It's been a dominating performance for Liverpool, but we're still a goal down.
Interesting for Spurs, actually. Spurs have played with 3 DMs, with Sissoko, Winks and Ndombele, and a few occasions, all 3 of them together. They're only playing with 2 in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if it stays 1-0 for a while. He brings on Ndombele and sacrifices an Eriksen or a Son, one of the attacking players, because at 1-0, you think that Liverpool are just going to come at them, so I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. The other interesting talking point from this weekend, before this weekend with VAR in the Premier League, 90 games, no penalties, no red cards overturned. This weekend alone, 4 penalties and 1 red card overturned in the Premier League this weekend. Will, let's quickly take a question from social. Loads of people getting in touch on the stream, I'm hearing. Lots of comments.
Yes.
What is the general consensus for the first half so far, mate?
Yes, if you want to get in touch, use the hashtag TFS at Football Daily, at the Football Social. But, gents, we spoke a little bit about the Southampton's bad result, but do we think Leicester, dare I say, are title contenders this season?
Title contenders?
Dare to dream they've done it once before. Would you throw them in the mix this season?
They have to be.
They have to be.
Man United have dropped out, of course. Arsenal, We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Who else
They'll have to be.
Yeah.
They're playing good football. They've got a good manager, and they've done it before.
Great manager, Brendan. Isn't he? Yeah.
So, for me,
with Liverpool and City though, can you actually see Leicester like battling Liverpool and City like over the course of a season? Like such a big ask.
But you see, for me, it's you've literally got to try and take a game at a game. That's what it is. And right now, it's a quarter way through the season, and they're up and they're thereabouts. You know, so again, it's funny you say that. They've got more experience of winning the Premier League than Liverpool.
Yeah.
So they know what it takes to win it.
I mean, but not many of them. I mean, you've got Schmeichel there, you've got Vardy. How many other players have survived from that team, like, who are in the starting lineup now?
Still, it's a culture. It's a culture that they... Now, for me, sometimes it's not just players that are there. It's a culture that a team creates. And that's what they've come into. They've come into a culture. So, of course, the players may not know what it takes, but the fans, the club now knows what it takes. So you've got to put him in there. You know what I'm saying?
You put Chelsea in there at the same time as well, then, like considering their start to the season.
Who's that?
Like Chelsea under Lampard. Would you put them in there as well?
I wouldn't say Chelsea just because I think Lampard's new and it comes down to the manager. So I think that Brendan Rodgers has been there, got more experience in it, and that's the only reason why I wouldn't say Chelsea for title contenders, but you know everything that he's doing at the moment is going in the right way.
Yeah.
So
Leicester have got nothing to lose. They've got nothing to lose. There's no pressure.
What I will say about Leicester is they must look at the way that Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, other teams, Man United being inconsistent at best, even though they're all very strong and contenders for the top four. Leicester must look at this as an opportunity for them to break into the top four.
Leicester probably have a better squad than United, though. That's the thing. And they have a better manager.
Chelsea and Arsenal as well.
Will, you are on the show, as you are many weeks. And last time you were on this show, I wasn't on this show, Chris was here, but you did a little behind-the-scenes vlog of the Football Social. A lot of people always ask us what goes on behind the scenes. Well, you can have a look now, because here's Will's behind-the-scenes vlog.
Anyway, as you may or may not know, I am a freelancer, and one of the wonderful jobs that I have is working on the Football Social, which goes out on Football Daily and Soccer AM. Essentially, it's just 5 guys watching football, and people watch us watch football. It does really well. There's quite a lot of punditry on it, some very in-depth technical analysis from the Football Daily lads, and then there's a bit of giggles, a bit of light banter.
Oh, James Nesbitt. James Nesbitt sat on the side.
But he's got cold feet.
Yeah. Come on. He's hoping he'll be a lucky man after today. Clinton gone. Ain't got one.
Sometimes celebrations, they go too far. So like I said, there's 5 of us on the show, and one of those people is normally a footballer. We've had the likes of John O'Shea, Darren Bent, many, many more footballers. But how did little old me worm my way onto a show like this? Well, I'll let Chris Hamill explain.
But yeah, you just sort of stuck around like a bad smell, didn't you?
And I stink, but don't let that stop me taking you behind the scenes of a day in the life of the Football Social. This particular episode was Manchester United versus Liverpool. We had the hilarious David Vujanic and the Right, just got to London. Football Social today, live on Soccer AM and Football Daily, 4:05. It's Manchester United versus Liverpool. I'm just going inside, so I'm going to speak a little bit quietly. Well, I might be the first one here. So we're back in our old home. We've got the sofas there, a little lounge set up. There's a bookcase over there. What books have we actually got? Ronaldo, a football book. That's always good, I like football. And behind here, so actually a couple of semi-detached just behind there, cheeky IKEA light, and then we look back out into that. That's how we watch the game. A couple of brew. I would actually like this as my lounge without the. No, I'll take the whole set. And then it's quite a good day because we're filming on Soccer AM side. So I think Soccer AM car park. There we go. I've tried to get top bins many a time, always failed.
Interesting. Very interesting. Oh! Look at his face! Just look at his face!
Oh, that's recorded.
Now we're we're in the gallery.
Where do you sit?
So I sit here. This is where I shout at you.
Yeah.
You know, telling you what the hell are you doing. Lighting department here.
Lovely stuff.
As you can see, looking beautiful.
Yeah, as always.
So our graphics department, our stats one.
Fantastic. All right, gents. Hello. How are we? Hello, mate. How are you?
Gonna make sure.
Sorry for invading.
Please make sure one more time, please. In there.
Fantastic. Cheers, man.
To go on there in about 20 minutes.
Okay, get some
Enjoy.
What about you? Are you working all weekend though?
Hey, well, here's the magic.
What's going on here, Dave?
Can't make me look beautiful. Need a hair transplant, but makeup will do.
Do you do those things here, or?
Yeah.
Just
Can we arrange that in there?
Definitely penicillin for that.
Yeah.
There we are, Duke.
New PSG shirts.
Where's that from?
Cult Kits.
Wow. Is that the first ad sponsorship?
Brand new. Come on.
50% off if they type in the code.
Yeah, I love it. They could wash them before selling them, though.
What's your code? Your charity code? Not charity code.
Duke loves PSG 34.
Nice. Look at that.
Easy now.
Look at these as well. Lovely. Dude, start me here.
4-0 Liverpool.
Camel.
Yeah. 3-1 Liverpool.
Harry, what's your score prediction?
2-1 Man United.
Oh, Dude, look at that.
2-1 Liverpool.
Extra makeup.
I know. Here we go.
Eddie Howe is the answer.
Wow.
What? Yeah. We're 5 minutes into the show. We've had an analogy about a fish, and Eddie Howe is now the boss of Manchester United. What is going on, guys?
What we do out here.
Hello.
No Rashford.
Straight to
you
John.
see what I mean about him?
What?
Go on, then!
Yes!
Oh!
That was nearly it.
Go!
Rashford! He's the GOAT!
Oh my God! Best striker ever.
Best striker in the world.
You can see he's looking for the foul.
Yeah.
He was on eBay there. You know what I'm saying? He was on eBay. Having a look at the bids. There were 7 days left and he went down. He put in a max bid. You don't do that, bro.
Oh, Sadio? No. Yes! The game's started. What is going on? Is that legit?
It's going to be VAR. It's going to be...
Tell you what, lovely spider cam action there as well.
Yeah, big up spider cam.
And the spider cam isn't appreciated enough, Will.
The greatest Manchester United team you've ever seen. And cut.
Oh my God!
Adam Lallana. I told you.
Adam Lallana, super. Cannot believe it.
Great stuff, Will. Matt, I really enjoyed that.
Thank you, pal.
Really good vlog. Interestingly as well, I bumped into Clinton Morrison in the office yesterday, and he was still going on about us stitching him up with that gag, but he said he loved being on the show.
I saw him in the cafe earlier.
He's always here, isn't he?
And he said he was just loving the show. He just loves it.
Yeah, top man. Right, let's talk about the second half. We are moments away from the games. We can give you some scenes of what is going on. No, sorry, just about to kick off. Was that good, that vlog, Will? I was so engrossed that the game's actually kicked off.
Cheers, mate. That's That'll get the watch time up. Fantastic.
We've kicked off in the second half. It is Liverpool 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Don't think we've got any changes, but if there are any substitutions, we will bring you those during the game. Wouldn't be surprised if both Spurs and Liverpool make changes if it stays like this, actually. The games haven't kicked off yet in the other game. Carrow Road is just about to kick off, and the players aren't quite out of the tunnel at Arsenal yet, but that was our third game to finish. So there we go, 20 seconds in. Will, should we take some questions from social?
Yes, lots of questions flying in. Don't forget, if you want to get involved with the show, use the hashtag TFS at Football Daily, at Soccer AM. Get them in on Twitter, get them in on the live streams themselves. But we've had plenty of them coming in so far. Specs.
Go on.
We spoke a lot about Arsenal today, but what do you think is their best 11? If everyone was available, no issues, it was your Specs' first 11.
My first 11 will be Leno in goal, Bellerin.
Ref.
Was that the thing?
Nothing wrong with that, Bale. Come on.
Tierney left back.
I tell you what, Winksy, such a nice guy and a great pass.
Go on, Specs.
My centre-backs, Tierney left back, Bellerin right back. My centre-backs will be Chambers and Holding.
Ooh.
Love Rob Holding.
Get rid of the current
A lot of Arsenal fans love Dave Jackson loves Rob Holding, doesn't he?
Holding's amazing.
Dave Jackson says Rob Holding will be a future Arsenal captain.
Well, he should be a captain now.
Wow.
Now.
Arsenal fans love Rob Holding, yeah.
Seen something we haven't seen.
Midfield.
What formation are we playing here?
4-2-3-1.
Nice.
Torreira, Guendouzi, Holding.
Yeah.
Ozil.
Ozil starts for you in a fully fit Arsenal team.
Yeah. Right. I think Ozil's got to start. Pepe on the right. Aubameyang up top. Because I don't like the whole Lacazette and Aubameyang.
You don't like that?
Like playing out of position. One's got to play out of position.
Okay, so you don't start.
Pookie.
Come on, Pookie.
2 months ago, he
Come on,
scores
Pookie.
If everyone's fit for you, Lacazette doesn't start for Arsenal, Specs. Is that what you're saying?
Go!
Oh, what a save, Gazzaniga. He's having one of these games.
This is a VAR. This is a VAR, right?
It's what?
It's not.
Don't say that, mate.
Wow.
Big save. We've got Specs. We've got to say who's the next player then. Lacazette doesn't start for you if everyone's fit for Arsenal. Is that
Well, you know what? He has to start, but I just don't like the fact that Aubameyang is my left.
Oh,
so Lacazette, Aubameyang,
what's his keeper's name?
Ozil, yeah.
How about Gazzaniga?
Jeez.
Lovren's going to score. My spirit tells me Lovren's going to score. Don't worry.
You've been impressed with Paolo?
Well, he's a problem.
This is a chance. Firmino with the save.
He's always been good. Every time he's come in, he's never put a foot wrong, really, has he?
Oh, Son's through!
Oh, here we go. Oh, my God.
Oh! Oh, no! I wanted that to go in so badly! Oh!
Careful, Smith.
Heung-min Son has done the hard part. He's taken it round the keeper. Oh, my word, he's done the hard part. He's bent it in for an impossible angle. It's hit the underside of the bar.
That's the thing. That's an
Oh, that is so unlucky. Even Bayo wanted to see that going because you love Son. You can't dislike Heung-min Son, can you?
Yes, I can today.
Look at this from Heung-min Son.
Look,
the hard bit.
Bullied off the ball.
Oh, it's a big moment in the game, Bayo.
Strike as well.
It's hit the crossbar and it's ricocheted off the bar. I'm so upset about that.
It's a big moment in the game, son.
It stinks of 2-1 Lovren winner now.
Oh, suck it, Will.
Sorry, mate, but I just have to say what the people are saying in the comments.
I'm gutted about that. I'm really gutted about that
It's all
chance.
right, mate. I've never seen Bayo look this worried on a football.
You've been very quiet. You're usually like, yeah, I'm Bayo, beast mode, 2-1.
Talk your talk, innit? Talk your talk.
I'm so worried.
Talk your talk.
In a way, though, you don't want to go 1-0 up because I know
your
that
talk.
if and when Liverpool score, I'm not going to hear the end of this.
Well, you remember the one time Bayo, he brought out the right hook.
I know.
And I heard that shot from over here. And
Come on.
Smithy's still hurt from
Come
that.
on.
Ah, Heung-min Son with a big chance for Tottenham to make it 2-0. Takes it round the keeper. And it's off the crossbar. I know I've said that 4 times, but I'm really upset about it.
There you go, Trent.
For Liverpool. Oh, great.
Smash.
Oh. So this is so open, Bayo, this. You feel like there's no way this is ending 1-0, do you? Either Spurs will get one on the counter or Liverpool will score. There is no way this match is
Son, look at Son.
Son. Good. This is where Eriksen is good. Oh, he's gone short. Eriksen, the one player that has got that ball in his locker to whip one. Oh, ref, elbow to the face.
Oh,
Dejan Lovren on Harry Kane. Tell you what, this is an elbow to the face. Interesting to see what happens here.
He bought that, though.
Do you think this is a red card, Bayo?
He bought that. Watch him, watch.
VAR.
Watch.
No, it's not that bad.
Oh, come on, man. That's the captain.
Of England.
Oh.
That's the captain.
And we should protect him.
That's bad. No, look at him. They didn't even touch his face. That's bad.
I hope he's okay for the next game.
That's bad. What? Don't you VAR them things?
Nah, not for yellows.
Oh, that is bad.
So Dejan Lovren booking on Harry Kane. Speaking of Harry Kane, he is a price boost for Sky Bet. We're friends with Sky Bet, and you have a magnificent price boost on your screen right now. Harry Kane to score a brace. He's already scored 1. If you're only just joining us on the stream, that is 11-2. Don't forget, you must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. I can confirm Harry Kane is okay after that.
Might need a brace after that.
Really good. Well done, mate. Eriksen whips the ball in.
What was that?
Bayo, this is a decent game. Do you know what? Liverpool Spurs games they're always good, aren't they?
They are good games.
Always good games.
Good for the neutral.
Look at Tierney.
Specs, what is going on with Tierney? We're so glued to our game.
Tierney just gave
penalty, no.
Love the free kick.
Penalty, you're not wrong.
What is happening? Zaha is everywhere in this game.
Look at Tierney, look. He did beast mode. Look, get off me.
Nice. That was good from Tierney, yeah.
See?
Strength.
Yeah, Tierney's got strength.
You just saw Ceballos there. How impressive you were with Ceballos? Interesting looking at it from the outside.
Yeah.
He looks technically a very good player, but doesn't play as much. Why is he not playing more regularly for you?
Because he takes too many touches.
Really?
I think he takes too many unnecessary touches. He's a decent, good player,
but
he just takes too many touches. In the Prem, he's got, 3 touches max, especially where he plays.
Is that the rules? I didn't know that.
That's the rules.
Specs, I want to get your thought. A very interesting take on Newman Cubbin as well from Dale Day. He says...
Dale Day.
Great name. Emre would get Man United back in the top 4 with the current team. Easy.
Emery?
Unai Emery?
Yeah.
Nah.
Repeat that. Would get Man United in the top 4.
With the current United team.
I don't get that at all because he's struggling to get Arsenal in the top 4 with a better team.
That's a very valid point.
Like Arsenal genuinely have a much better squad than United all round. At least on the attacking end.
Let's go! Yes! It was coming! Hendo! Hendo, what you saying? Beast mode, what you saying? I told you, I'm here. Don't say nothing. I'm here. Bop, 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 bop. I knew. Yes. Liverpool, I knew it. Bam, let's go. Let's go. Get the ball.
I was being fed some information in the gallery, but I can't hear anything.
Get the ball back.
Wow.
What? And it should have been a pen. Look. What?
The Senators.
There. Look at the finish. Hendo.
What a finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Bam.
That's
Left foot.
That's a Salah finish.
Endo-ish. Endo them man there. Endo them man there. Yes.
What a finish.
Here we go. Now we're playing. Let's go. Let's go to work. Let me drink a drink because I've got a headache.
Smith, come on.
You've got a headache. How do you think I feel?
Endo, captain, fantastic.
And the dream of Bayo being undefeated on the Football Social 100% record stays alive.
Come on.
Oh, no.
Wow. Come on.
I said it back's good on the counter.
First goal at Anfield since December 2015, Bayo.
Yeah, I know. He needs to up that stat, to be fair to him, but...
He's off. Is he off?
Who? What is going on in the Arsenal game? Specs, we haven't cut you. There's a big incident going on. What's going on, mate?
Corner coming from Palace. Leno's caught the ball and Socrates has made a forward run and tried to start the counter-attack and he's lost the ball and Chambers had to make a foul. Do you know what I must say? Arsenal defenders are good attackers.
I mean, that's one thing we've learned today, to be fair.
We have learned, yeah. Tim Krul, by the way, I've got to say, I know he might leave with no points, but he's been phenomenal.
He's
saved
man of the
two
match. Man of the
penalties.
match.
He made one of the greatest saves we've seen, and then that's another great save.
Yeah, that was like De Gea
Four
level,
good
that
saves, Tim Krul.
He's got to be man of the match. Like,
even if United win, he probably is, isn't he?
Yeah, like...
Absolutely gutted, Bayo. You just think that Son miss now to make it 2-0. You look at that as a big chance missed for Spurs.
Massive, of course, man. But that was what you had to do against Liverpool. You had to try and hit him on a counter-attack.
Saying that, though, Liverpool have had more chances than Spurs. So, I mean,
it's only right.
You've had the best chances. Son ran the key.
Chance, yeah.
One chance.
Yeah, but the best chance.
I think we've had the best chance.
But here we go.
You've had more chances, but you had the best chance.
Yeah.
You had the best chance, hit the bar and that, but we should, to be fair, we should.
What's going on?
Are you?
Chance!
Oh,
no!
Jordan, are you, man?
Jordan, are you? Specs, talk to us. You said this would be a comfortable win.
You said
very confident. It is now 2-2.
And I quote, can we get this footage later on when he said, well, I'm 2-0 up. I'm comfortable. Can we get that footage?
I can confirm you can get that footage.
Thank you very much.
They said VAR. 1 second. They said VAR.
Where's the VAR?
Oh, Liverpool on the attack again. Oh, I need this cup of tea badly.
Well done, nice.
Specs did say at one point as well 5-0 to Arsenal.
Specs, you did say 5-0. It's currently 2. Come on. Specs, talk us through the goal. We haven't heard about it.
Pepe, poor pass for the counter. Palace is broke. It looks like who's that? Jordan? Is that Much? Jordan Much gets a crossing, I think, and
no, it's Mihailovic.
Is it Mihailovic?
Yeah.
Great ball in the box, and once again, Socrates and David Luiz are thinking about attacking. It's MacArthur. Yeah. So it's MacArthur. Can't see Socrates, can't see Luiz. David Luiz always on his phone. Always on his phone.
He's struggling in the jungle, isn't he?
I just want to.
Not allowed on phones in the jungle.
I don't even want to laugh because I'm trying to concentrate. I'm still nervous watching my game.
This is a really hard watch, sat next to Bayo. Because A, he's very loud, and B, he's bigger than me, and Liverpool are all over Tottenham at the minute. Blow the whistle, ref.
Hey, look. Look, Kane's by himself.
Here we go.
Oh, he's offside. Give him a day off.
What Arsenal games on the Football Social? The last time we did it was the Villa game, wasn't it?
So it is 2-2 between Arsenal and Palace. Arsenal 2-0 up. The away end at the Emirates is going off. Palace fans jubilant like they were this time last season when they beat Arsenal. It was one of the games that cost Arsenal top 4. Spurs 1-0 up. Some with a big chance to make it 2-0. Hit the bar. Down the other end, minutes later, Henderson, ball in the back of the net. First goal in years for him at Anfield. 1-1 in that game. And it's still 2-0, is it, McCubbin?
It is still 2-0,
United game,
yeah.
but 2 penalties missed. And Tim Krul has had an unbelievable game. Anything else happened since we last spoke to you? Not in your game?
Not really, to be honest. Had a few corners, but no, it's just kind of ticking along, really. Very little drama.
Let's talk about Fred, because he seems to be, every time I'm glancing over, he seems to be quite involved in this game.
He is really involved.
And a player that hasn't been brilliant for United at the start, but seems to be coming into it a little bit more lately.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just been trusted a bit more recently. Obviously, Pogba's out, so him and McTominay have to shore things up in midfield, and they've had some really bad games, but also, you know, against Liverpool, I thought they were both pretty...
Oh, no!
Come on.
Oh, he's... Wow, I thought that was him,
Oh!
He's like a cat with 9 lives, isn't he?
I don't know what Sanchez
This is a
was
big
doing.
chance. Trent Alexander-Arnold with a throw. That would have been one of the worst goals to concede.
Oh, you've seen them
straight
go
at Gazaniga, but I thought that was going to go through his legs.
Dejan Lovren, Bayo, worries me a little bit at that back.
A little.
A lot.
Oh, no, Firmino's in here as well. Oh, gosh, this is end-to-end
But
stuff.
then at the other end, you've got Sergio.
I really think we should have brought Ndombele on just to shore things up, because Liverpool are creating a lot of opportunities in this match.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, gents. What sort of changes do you think should be brought on, Bayo? What about you?
We're good right now.
I think Liverpool, I wouldn't change.
We're good. I wouldn't
Liverpool,
change nothing.
It is.
We've got the momentum.
And Smith, we've seen Spurs do a little 5 at the back before.
Yeah, I don't think we need another centre-back. I just think the problem's coming is that we need a bit more protection in front of the back four. I'd bring Ndombele on.
They're going to take off Son, because they always do, and I always get happy when they do.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Maybe you'd sacrifice Eriksen. Because Eriksen, as good as he has that ball in his locker that no other Spurs player has, he doesn't track as much. And I think in a game like this, we're going to be under
keep Eriksen on. Keep him on. No, one. I'm not saying nothing.
Eriksen.
I'm not saying nothing.
I haven't seen that much of Eriksen in this game, to be fair. I feel like, someone like Moura, I think Moura would be good, at least in the counter-attacking sense.
I mean, if I was Lucas Moura, I mean, his goals to game, was looking at this, for the minutes he's played at Spurs for the goals that he scored, is so good. And he's regularly not given starts. And I do understand that it's a difficult decision for Poch. There's a lot of good players there, but I think he'd be the most aggrieved of the squad at his lack of game time for the ability he has. I mean, he's got a hat-trick in the semi-final of the Champions League and then was on the bench, which I know was a tough call either way. But as a Liverpool fan, what would you have rather Moore had started that game or Harry Kane? Because
Hell, I wanted Kane to start.
You wanted Kane to start?
Yes.
As a Liverpool fan?
Yes, because he was injured.
Right, so you wouldn't... A fully fit Harry Kane's a different debate, but in that situation, you thought it was the wrong decision?
Yeah, it was the wrong decision. I had this debate. I've had this debate. I understood why they started Harry Kane. I understood
it's a tough player to leave out, isn't it?
Yes,
do you know what I mean?
Is. But if you score a hat-trick to get to the... and you're fully fit...
Yeah.
Then you've...
You're hard done by, aren't you?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'd 100% have Moura at Liverpool.
Would you?
Oh, 100% to come on for one of the front three.
Yeah.
Oh.
Great player. Not put a foot wrong, I'll say, since he's joined Tottenham. Chance for Trent, whipped it in.
Free?
Oh, no, chance for Liverpool. Oh, no, get rid of it.
Too many. Where's he going? A bit of the keeper now. Lovely recycling.
Something going on at Carrow Road as well. Carrow Road. We're going to come to you in a bit.
It's been a yellow card, apparently. I think
to
Ashley Young, and that's no surprise. That's his 6th of the season, I think.
Is that Cantwell?
Is this Cantwell again on the floor? I can't quite tell.
I don't think it is. No, it's Harrens. Yeah. Fully deserved yellow card.
Oh! What? This
is a strong challenge, that player.
GG.
Callum, the goalie.
Gazaniga.
Same thing.
So it's a yellow card for Ashley Young in that game. Chance for Liverpool, half chance this, we're calling this. But it's another clearance.
Anywhere.
And it's so open as well. I just feel, oh, gosh.
You right, Smith?
Is that Ndombele coming on? I did say this was the sub that we needed. Well, I think we needed it at 1-0 personally, and Poch looks like he's going to bring on. How's Max Aarons played, Mikey? Because this is a position that Spurs are looking to strengthen in January, and he is a player they've identified quite a lot. A lot of Spurs scouts we've seen at Carrow Road many times this season. He's a player that they're looking at. I think he's got ability, but he's had an indifferent season so far.
I mean, he's pretty young as well. I think he's been... I can't claim to have watched that much Norwich this season, but I think in this game he's been pretty bright. I mean, he's up against Ashley Young. I think Ashley Young is a questionable fullback. Can be good on his day, but today has not had a good game. And he's exploited him all game. That's where all of Norwich's attacks have come from, basically. Sorry, what were you saying, Steve?
He does look confident for a young player. Even though there's been times with goals scored where his positioning's been questioned at times. The thing I like about him is that he's not scared as a young player. He likes to take people on. Do you know what I mean? He looks like he's got a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and he's playing in a very positive system as well. I think as a fullback playing in a system that Norwich have.
Chance Liverpool.
Oh gosh. You're always going to you're going to get caught out of position. That's kind of part of it. If you lose the ball, you're going to be caught out of position when you're playing that high up. But I think he's really promising.
Stinks of him being at Spurs within 2 years.
Just looking at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just saying calm down to his players there. Fred.
Quite sure what's going on there.
Fred just had a bit of a...
Fred reverting to the norm there.
He's on the floor. Is he? I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah, probably.
Mikey? Yeah.
Should be all right.
We'll just go to the stream as well, remind people how they can get involved in the show and what people are saying. There's been goals galore so far.
Yes, if you want to get in touch, use the hashtag TFS, get involved at Football Daily, at SoccerAM on Twitter, and I'll get the best questions to the panel. An interesting one, a bit of a debate, one of those hypothetical debates that we love to have on the Football Social. It's coming from Kelvin. He said, would Suarez have stayed at Liverpool if Jurgen Klopp...
Look at this. Look at penalty.
Picture Arsenal getting a bit exposed at the back. Specs, you said this was their problem. It has been their problem this half, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I think the problem was buying David Luiz. He's just making mistakes now. After he scored.
You weren't picking him up
picking him up a little while ago, brother.
But he's gone. He's changed. He's changed.
Blocking there, though.
What, in half an hour?
We've made a sub now. We've taken off Xhaka.
So this is interesting. This is what I said that he might do in Ndombele to make it more defensive for Spurs. But he's taken Ndombele on 4 weeks, which is like for like. So interesting sub from Pochettino. Looks like he's
Look at that. Do you see that?
Xhaka's not happy.
Xhaka's getting booed right now, right? And he's reacted to it. He's reacted to it.
Come to you in a bit, Mikey. We'll come to you in a bit.
Look. He's done
right, tell us what is happening. This is a big moment for Xhaka. Specs, what is going on?
He just did the old...
The fans, he's upset.
Wow.
The fans have got to him.
Did he
The fans have got to him.
Expletive.
He's gone.
Wow, we've just seen...
I can't see that. Let me see something. I can't rate you fans for that.
That's not good.
That's not... Listen.
That's not
nobody, no one...
Oh, nasty challenge from
No, it
Trent
wasn't,
there.
man. Listen.
Is that a red card?
What are you talking about?
I'm just trying to wind you up, Bayo.
He's diving again, yeah?
It's a yellow card for Trent. Going back, this is a big moment. Granit Xhaka, we know a lot of Arsenal fans have critiqued him this season. He was getting subbed. There was boos coming from the home end. Granit Xhaka cupped his ear as if to say, what are you talking about? We saw some language we can't repeat. And then he threw his shirt off and he went down the tunnel. Is that accurate?
He didn't throw his shirt off.
Didn't throw his shirt off, OK.
He took off his shirt.
But went down the tunnel.
Went down the tunnel and they applauded and he took off his shirt. But I think that's bad because you shouldn't do that to anyone that plays for you. I just think that's wrong.
You should only boo someone if it's like Undertaker versus Kane, WWE. That's what you boo, not football. Come on.
Undertaker.
So I do feel like Arsenal fans do blame Xhaka for everything anyway. I haven't seen him...
He said that as well, didn't he?
Bayo, can I just pick up on a point there? Because you're aggrieved with the Arsenal fans or Xhaka there? What were you unhappy about? Arsenal fans.
Arsenal fans.
Yes! Got Chambers.
But Xhaka straight down the tunnel. Yeah, worth pointing out, he did take his shirt off. It wasn't a throw into the ground, but he did walk down the tunnel.
Take the armband.
And it did look like he was cupping his own fan Specs, because we know that the away end at Arsenal is the corner of the goal, isn't it? So it looks like... And he's your captain as well, isn't he?
Yeah. I think Arsenal fans don't like him.
I've gathered that.
Yeah. he gets a lot of stick and he gets blamed. He gets blamed for everything. So I think that these are not good signs. This reminds me of when Aboué. I remember when Aboué came.
Oh, yeah.
When Aboué came.
Right, didn't he?
So Arsenal fans, we're known for that. We're known for that.
You man a bad mind, yeah?
I didn't boo him. I was booing David Luiz.
Oh, Specs, Oh, do not. This game is stressful to watch, I have to say.
I don't even want to laugh in Specs until we get 2-1.
So let's just remind you of the scores and the doors. It is Arsenal 2, Palace 2. Arsenal were 2-0 up in that fixture. It's Liverpool 1, clawing it back after Spurs scores after 46 seconds. Tottenham 1, and it is still Man United 2. Norwich 0, Man United 2 is at Carrow Road, but 2 penalties missed. Daniel James, how's he played? I've been very...
Yeah, he's been pretty bright.
Oh!
He's been pretty bright all game. Not really created... Well, I mean, he created the Rashford goal, to be fair. Since then, hasn't created an awful lot, but his pace is always a massive asset. He's been running at the defenders and whatnot, so, just kind of doing his job, really.
Time for quiz time on the Football Social, guys. There we go. We love a bit of quiz time. Tim Krul, as we said, is the 8th goalkeeper in Premier League history to save 2 penalties in a single Premier League match. Can you name the other 7?
Kasper Schmeichel.
Hit me.
Kasper Schmeichel.
Kasper Schmeichel, incorrect. Peter Schmeichel, incorrect. Seaman, incorrect.
Shay Given.
Incorrect.
Thomas Sorensen.
Incorrect.
Joe Hart.
Incorrect.
Paddy Kenny.
Incorrect.
Bruce Gobler.
Brad Friedel.
Incorrect. Brad Friedel is 1. Well done, McCubbin.
Tim
Ian
Howard.
Walker.
Ian Walker is not 1.
Jeskalainen.
UC Ascalon.
Yes,
Michael
2-0.
McCubbin is on fire.
Wow, flames on McCubbin.
Nigel Martin.
Nigel Martin, no. Neville Southall, no.
Robinson.
Paul Robinson, no.
David James.
No. One of them still playing.
Alisson.
No.
Edison.
In fact, a couple of them.
Tim Krul.
Edison, no. It's very... Sorry, you said Tim Krul. Good. Come on, keep going.
Claudio Bravo.
No.
Mike Taylor.
No. Only got 2 of 7.
Ben
Schmeichel.
Foster. Ben Foster.
Peter Schmeichel.
No, but you're close with Ben Foster.
Scott Carson.
No.
Why am I close with Ben Foster? Aurelio Gomez?
Yes!
Senior.
3.
You might go have your game. Go on.
There's a big one in here as well.
Peter Cech.
No.
Peter Schmeichel.
No. No.
Courtois.
No, not Courtois.
Fettuccine.
No.
Who's the West Ham keeper?
Fabianski.
No.
Okay, not him then.
Is it the one
There's a couple of old school ones. There is a big keeper in here.
Oh, it's coming.
Ex-Manchester United.
Oh, what?
Edwin van der Sar. Bayo has joined the game.
Nice.
So we've had Van der Sar, we've had Brad Frieda, we've had Jääskeläinen, and we've had Gomez.
Who's left?
There are 3 more. These are tricky.
Is it one still playing?
Okay, one is a former Aston Villa goalkeeper.
Mark Bosnich.
Yes, correct. One is a former Newcastle goalkeeper.
Steve Harper.
No.
Nice.
Back in the day. This.
Back in the day.
Can't remember
before my
Shay
time. Yeah.
Not Hislop then, no?
No, not Hislop.
It's like before Christ. It's like before Shay Given at Newcastle.
Go on.
Who was the goalkeeper?
Well, that's what I'm asking you, Will.
Yeah, I don't know any
Newcastle before
Yeah,
Shay
no,
Given.
It's Newcastle and Sheffield Wednesday.
Right, no David James.
Wednesday.
Kevin Pressman.
No. Specs it wasn't Kevin. Oh no! Liverpool, don't give him a penalty. No!
Oh, he's cleared it.
Kevin Pressman.
His initials are PS.
Pavlo Srnicek.
Yes, Pavlo Srnicek. There's one more.
Who do you play for?
Who did he play for?
Currently
Don't even know who that is.
playing.
For
Doesn't play though, but he's currently at a Premier League club.
Oh.
top half or bottom half?
Someone's warming the bench constantly at the moment,
Correct,
isn't he?
correct.
Oh, who is it?
Stuart Taylor.
No.
Who did he play for?
I don't know.
Currently
there
at
is
Everton.
Stekelenburg.
Yes, it is. So Tim Krul, the 8th goalkeeper, to save
What's the
2
name?
penalties in a Premier League match. The other 7 as a corner's whipped in for Liverpool. Sun clears it are Mark Bosnich, Pavel Srnicek, Edwin van der Sar, Brad Friedel, Jussi Jääskeläinen, Aurelio Gomez and Martin Stekelenburg. Interestingly, 3 of them are Dutch. So...
Oh, what's in the water down there?
And Jack Krul as well, yeah.
Definitely not far right.
Corner for Arsenal. Oh! Specs, chance for Arsenal. You look good from corners today, mate.
Yeah, another corner coming from Pepe again.
Oh, no, Salah's free.
And like I said,
Yeah.
Like I said, with the header, our keeper saved it.
Like
that's a corner for a handball,
20
though.
chances, man. I need that.
Like I said, Aubameyang have been very quiet, I must say. They've been quiet, man.
Would you sell him?
If it's a draw today, yeah. I'm like that, man.
Typical.
I'm like that, yeah.
I already know.
Babe, is
Arsenal
this
fans,
epitomised Arsenal fans?
No, he's an that's just how it is, yeah. Jeez.
Do we think though, for Xhaka, how does he come back from that? Or is that like more of the...
Let us know in the comments, actually. A lot of Arsenal fans, friends of the show. We get a lot of engagement from Arsenal fans. What do you think of the Granit Xhaka moment? It's a big moment either way.
No.
That is a free kick, referee. How is he not given that? Come on,
man.
That is given the...
How is he not
To
given
be
that?
fair, I don't like how Verge didn't win the first header.
Let us know in the comments. What do you think of the Xhaka incident? Good ball. Tell you what, if that had gone in, Dele Alli.
It's old Dele Alli.
What do you think of the Xhaka incident? It's a big talking point. What are people saying in the comments, Will?
I'm just waiting for the old catch-up, but someone said Specs is a goddess. There you go, Specs. Just boost your confidence there.
Thank you, man. There's no rules.
No rules. Keep it all going. Don't forget to get in touch using the hashtag TFS. What is Granit Xhaka's next move? Bayo, you were saying it's more on the fans, really, isn't it? Getting on top of him like that.
Yeah, look, like Specs is saying, and Specs knows more than me because he's an Arsenal fan, and I do think I don't watch Xhaka too much, so I don't know how good he is or how bad he's been for them. But I do think when you're booing a player when he gets or you're a round of applause when he gets brought off, it's never a good sign. So, listen, you don't check for a player, but he never goes out to play back. And that's talking as a player. You never go out to play back.
No.
So, and you're not going to get better. Bang it.
Good defending. Careful. The other thing I find, Bayo, about it's one of those instances, I think, even if you don't like a player as a fan, I don't know what you achieve by booing someone when the sub's already happened, because he's already coming off the field. So what are you achieving by booing a player that's coming off? Look,
they're shouting Ozil. They're shouting Ozil. They were just shouting Ozil. So now, Arsenal are finished.
So Arsenal... Specs, Arsenal have finished for you.
The fans are arguing. Everyone's arguing now.
Yeah.
So we've seen Arsenal fans
so
cheering when Xhaka's coming off. Xhaka sarcastically doing that to the Arsenal fans. We've seen them chant for Ozil not playing. You think this is a big moment for Arsenal in the season?
This is a big moment. This is where now
Ooh!
it gets louder and louder now.
And what happens after this for you? How does Xhaka come back from this? How does Ozil come back from this?
I'm not gonna lie, you lot all wanted Wenger out and them teams.
Yeah.
And now Wenger's
I think
out,
now it's going to start going to
Wenger
every
in.
out.
Specs, what were you saying to me when we were walking
you
down?
want Wenger in?
I want Wenger back.
Yeah.
You, man.
I want Wenger back. I want him back.
True talk now, Specs.
Pepe's got a free kick. Pepe's got a free kick. Sorry,
Say with the bot. True talk now. Arsene Wenger or Unai Emery to manage Arsenal Football Club. Who do you choose and why right now?
Be honest.
Arsene Wenger because of the football we used to play. Emery, I don't know what football he plays.
Is that a big thing? Like, even if Wenger came back and you were still in the same position, would you rather just see Arsenal play better football? Like, even if it meant you were still losing the same.
Because we're not going up. If we was playing
United
and we was going.
Oh, what a... my word.
You know, you're a big fan of Martial. It's a lovely, sublime finish is the word I'm using.
The back heel.
Tell us about this goal, mate. This was something special.
Once again, I've missed it, so I'll have to.
The back heel on this is unreal.
Who was the back heel from?
Rashford. We spoke before the game about if they could forge a partnership, that would be brilliant for them. And this is like York and Cole back in the day, 98, 99.
Here is the replay. Come in, talk us through it, mate.
Look at this.
Look at this. So Martial into Rashford, and lovely little back heel.
Look at the finish.
2-1-2s there. Lovely.
Rashford and Martial.
And it's just so good. Obviously, they've both missed pens today, and they've both made up for it with fantastic goals. It's so good. Like having Martial just as more of a focal point.
Go on, Manny.
Don't foul him.
Go on, Manny.
Don't foul him. He's in the box. I'll tell you what, that is...
I fouled him!
Hey, Pen! Okay, just calm. Everybody just calm. Everybody just take a breather.
I haven't seen it really.
Just take a breather.
It's a great tackle originally.
VAR.
Look at this.
Just take a breather. Mane there. Then he slips.
Serge has done the hard bit.
And he gets up and he whips it.
Oh, that is such a pen. That is such a pen.
Come on. It's a pen.
It's a definite pen, yes.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Because I didn't want to hit you for lying. Okay. Who's on it? Oh, Salah's on it. Bring Milner on. Bring Milner on.
So clumsy, man.
That is so clumsy.
I think Uria and David Luiz might be related.
Say no more. Let them. Cool.
Related.
Oh, look.
Specs, you've been great at calling penalties. Will this one be saved?
No, this is going in. Mo Salah scores. He scored in the Champions League final. Stop giving him penalties.
Stop there.
Oh, no. The keeper's had a good game now.
Bayo for the 100% record to be back on.
Mo Salah's got... Oh, it's a big chance in the Arsenal game. We'll come back to that in a minute. But Specs, talk us through about this chance. We'll come to it in a bit.
Lovely ball in back.
Penalty for Liverpool. Mo Salah's up.
And it's Salah!
Yes! Oh, Lord!
I can hear you.
No, you can't. What's the score? What's the score?
The graphics in front of you.
What's the score?
The graphics
Look. Wait a minute. Can we get the footage where he was like, hey, Beast Mode's normally loud. Hey, Beast Mode this. Oh, Beast Mode that. Oh, Beast Mode this. Beast Mode's back. Come on, Liverpool.
Do something in my game. Come on, do something.
Do something. Do you know what? That's such an... It's not a great pen. That is literally...
It's a great pen. It went in.
It's literally...
It's a great pen. It went in.
An inch to the keeper's left. Keeper's
yes!
moves and it's hit the back of the net. Mo Salah.
Wow!
Zaha. Oh, he took an average pen in the Champions League final. Went in and a I mean, they all count, I suppose. If it's hit the back of the net, it's a good pen. But it's not hit the corner. That's the frustrating thing about it. But I have to say, 6 goals in 7 appearances against Spurs. Mo Salah knows how to score goals against Spurs. Silly penalty to give away. Serge Aurier.
Smith, we spoke about Serge being
the
problem.
Fair, I mean, I did say I thought Liverpool get back into this. But I wasn't giving it the big one. It doesn't surprise me.
He'd done the hard work there as well, hadn't he?
Oh, that Sun chance at 1-0. You look back at that now. Carry on, Will.
No, I didn't really. I was just trying to rub it in a little bit more, but you look a bit deflated, so it's like kicking a dead dog when it's down. I don't really want to do that. Bayo, over to you.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely delighted.
Yes.
We've talked about it all season. Is this why Liverpool will win the league? Because they've not played well, but they're winning 2-1 against
No, see, I think that's where it is. I actually think we played well today.
OK.
I've literally played, I think...
Apart from the goal.
Yeah, I think they scored early.
Yeah.
And their game plan then sat off.
Got you.
And,
penalty.
You know...
He's scoring all the time.
I think, come on. So if you look at the attempts from the first half and the second half, we've continued. We've continued at the second half, and now, he made a lot of saves in the first half. You know what I'm saying? And in the second half, now we've been a bit more clinical. So, but yes, Milner See out the game, big man.
This is out. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's game over when Milner
Come
comes
on, Millie Milner, that guy. Ronaldo.
Substitution, Bayo, Gini Ronaldo off. James Milner on. Oh,
obviously, Smith, 2-1 down now. When Poch leaves, where do you think he will end up as his next club?
Poch loves it at Spurs. I love Poch. I love Spurs. Hopefully Poch stays at Spurs.
Yeah.
That is the answer to my question.
These subs.
What do you do now, though, with the substitutions on the bench? We add on,
right, he's got to be more. He's got to bring more on now. Inject some pace into it. It's an open game. Catch him on the counter-attack. He's the quickest player we have, statistically, according to all the fitness tests they do at the club. Bring him on.
Who'd you take off? Ericsson then? Go to
I'd take Ericsson on. Yes, I would take Ericsson off, and I'd bring Lucas Moura on. Just mix it up a bit now.
Yeah.
We've got to try something a bit different. Bayo's spot on in what he says. We haven't created enough. Our goalie's been our best player. Frustration is that they have scored a penalty again. It's not like they've opened us up. We've given them a goal. This is the frustration. It was very close last year. We gave them a goal. This is what Spurs have got to cut out, these silly errors in big games.
Who did you give a goal?
Fred should be off there.
The Lloris one that you, in the last minute, which you were on the show as, and you reminded me about that one as well.
True, I'll give you that.
Giving you goals all the time. Champions League final, giving you a goal for the penalty.
Specs in the Arsenal game, we've just seen Kieran Tierney go off. First start in the Premier League. Has he impressed you?
Very good, very good. I see the fans clapping for him.
Wow, they're clapping him.
Everyone stood up for Kieran Tierney. That was a fantastic debut.
So I'm excited. It's still wrong. It's wrong. Don't clap one and then boo another. It's wrong.
Bayo, if the Wickham fans ever booed you when you were walking off, what sort of scenes would we see down Adams Park?
You see me, I just keep walking, me.
Yeah.
You know, I just keep walking, head to my car and that. Whoa.
Here we go.
Offside.
He's off.
Yeah. Is he though? Because is he offside here? Because this is going to go
blew the whistle.
The ball's in the back of the net.
He blew the whistle.
I bet this is onside, knowing the luck we're getting this game.
Oh, Smith, come on.
Nah, well off.
Yeah, definitely offside. There's
5 players offside there.
But here we go with the.
Interestingly though, because he blew, if he had been on, I mean, we're talking margins, it wouldn't have counted like that Villa goal this season.
I thought they were supposed to let it play on.
Exactly, yeah. What's going on in the Arsenal game, Specs? Still 2-2.
Yeah, do you know what? Palace have been decent.
Palace look like they've had to create a lot of opportunities.
Zaha's given us a lot of problems. He's been amazing, I have to say.
I tell you what, David Luiz again, bit.
Look at this.
Hands-on in the penalty box.
Look at this.
Done very well.
Wait.
Oh wow.
I think if Liverpool win this is the kind of title-winning game, grinding out, coming from one goal down against a Big Six club.
But it hasn't been. You wouldn't say it's been a grind. It's literally been attack v defence.
But even with that, a lot of teams, you'd look at it going, oh, it's not our day. The keeper's having a world. If you manage to dig this one out, like you did against Leicester last minute, you're getting a lot of breaks in a lot of games.
Oh, big break for Tottenham.
Oh, you got. Oh, Kane was offside. Even if he wasn't, they probably would have flagged.
Schmid, you're better than that.
Conspiracy.
Come on.
No, to be fair, I have to say, a lot of these decisions.
Get him up then, VVD.
Spot on from the officials so far. And we've seen a lot of VAR.
There we go. Come on,
Spurs on the attack now.
Oh, yeah,
come
with
on,
a chance
Spurs.
to redeem himself.
No, come on.
By the way, the tackle that Aurier made before he gave away the penalty is amazing.
Look at this. That's a foul.
He does that though. He does the hard bits well and then makes clumsy errors.
Big question for everyone sat down today, if Liverpool play Man City next week, who wins that game? Who wins that game?
Where?
A neutral venue.
But interestingly, Spurs have had no attempts on target since the goal in the 46th second.
But you can just see the change in mentality. All of a sudden, they're a goal down. They're not sitting back, and they've got what? They've had 2 corners.
Oh, it's a poor corner.
I mean, that corner's not great, is it?
Turn. I would like a Spurs goal just for entertainment.
I think everyone would. The Premier League wants it.
I love Bayo, but I love content.
Hey, listen, I just called you my brother from another. Don't become an enemy.
Come on, I never walk alone. Come on.
Let's go back to the comments before we go to McCubbin, because there's been a substitution in the Man United game. We'll come to that in a bit. In fact, we'll go to it now. Tell us what happened, Michael. We'll find some comments.
Daniel James has gone off. Jesse Lingard's come on in his place. Probably the correct decision at this point. Just give Lingard some minutes. Fred probably should have been sent off for an earlier challenge, I think. So not a great second half from him. He's not looked great. And Krul's down injured, which is great to see. If he'll be any safer than any pens.
Yeah, Daniel James, 3 Premier League goals so far this season.
Go on, Endo.
For Man United.
Hey!
Is that
talking about?
That phrase is called weights, is it not, Bayo?
No, man. He shoulder barged him in his chin.
Chin barged him.
Back to you, Specs. It's been Palace look like they've been the better team this half. Arsenal had probably the better of the first half, but saying Arsenal on the attack now. Would you say Palace have had the better of the opportunities? You've been impressed with Zaha, you said earlier.
Yeah, I think Zaha's been a handful in this match. I think Lacazette and Aubameyang have been quiet for Arsenal. I just can't see us winning this game.
Come on, son, bang it! Why are you not hitting that there? I don't know why he's not hitting that.
That's poor, that is.
Come on, boys, don't listen. Keep
How do you think Dele's played, Bayo?
Huh?
A lot of people had a lot to say about Dele Alli this season. How do you think he's played this game?
I think he's been quiet.
Do you?
I think he's been quiet.
Oh, Trent, that is I tell you what, Trent's already been booked, by the way.
Has he?
Yes, he has. Interesting to see what the ref
Was that a
does
foul,
here.
though? Was that
a free kick? Davinson Sanchez is not happy. Christian Eriksen is surrounding the ref. See what he's doing here. A lot of players surrounding. It's Danny Rose, two England teammates going at it.
I don't think that's a yellow, is it?
I think.
Nah, it's not yellow.
I think
it's on the foot. I think he inadvertently stood his foot. I don't think, honestly, that is a yellow card. Probably a free kick. Spurs is the correct decision. Danny Rose and Eriksen standing over it. Substitution, Specs, in your game.
Benteke's coming on to kill us. One of the, for me personally, I want to say this because he's my cousin, one of the worst strikers nowadays.
One of the worst strikers?
Yeah, nowadays.
So he's coming on against your team at 2-2. Be careful what you wish for.
Watch. I know he's going to score.
Always, and Ayu's not happy there.
Good as well. Ayu's been good as well.
He's not happy at all.
But you can imagine an angry Roy Hodgson. Oh, wow.
Come on, Sonny.
Why is he taking that on?
Oh, God.
What's happened there?
See, I think Arsenal...
Yes, Lucas Moura. Bring him on.
Fans are going to go crazy after this if they
so late in the game, 8 minutes to go. This is a sub that I would have liked to have seen earlier, Bayo.
Who are they taking off him?
Probably he's taking Aurier off, so he's going for it. He's
going back, is it now?
Serge Aurier is on. Son is still on. Eriksen's on. Dele Alli's on. Kane's on. Spurs are going for it, but this is too late for me.
Oh no! But what's up with him?
Oh, it's just time wasting, isn't it?
Nah, he don't normally go down. He wants goals.
Yeah.
Shaking his head.
It is down. We'll see what is happening here.
I mean, he's only just come back from injury, hasn't he, Salah?
Benteke's on. They've got a corner. Benteke's on. And watch this. Okay, phew. Come on, Pepe. Come on, Pepe. Pepe is Zaha, look.
So Aurier is off for Lucas Moura. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is in discussions with Jurgen Klopp on the touchline. Keep your questions coming in on Social Corner. We're going to take some very soon. There is 7 minutes left on the stream. There is confirmation of that sub. Aurier, the man that gave away the penalty, off. Lucas Moura on. Injury in one of your games, McCubbin? What's going on
here? Not really sure, to be honest. But yeah, one of the Norwich players down. Doesn't look in a great way, but he's awake, so that's
very
good.
Frustrated on the touchline. He knows that Norwich needs to change their ways.
Yeah, I mean, the 3-0 loss at home to anyone isn't great for them, to be honest. And it's probably a shame for them because they've played well in parts of this game.
Yeah.
And have threatened, but yeah, defensively just not at it. Not at
all. Mo Salah, unfortunately, looks like he is coming off. I don't know whether this is because he's not limping, Bayo, but I don't know if this is precaution or whether because they're bringing Gomez on. So maybe this is a tactical decision. Maybe he's injured. What do you make of this?
To be fair, I think it's more precaution. He's just come back for an ankle injury, and it looks like it was his ankle that was sore. So go off. Let's just see this game out.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that.
Oh,
yes!
No. Big chance for
a penalty!
Oh, he's going to give a penalty, isn't he?
Oh,
goal! Centre-back scored again! Centre-back scored again! This club is a mess! Get a hat-trick!
I can't even qualms your game, man.
So another corner comes in from Pepe. It's scrabbled in the box again, and Socrates goes off celebrating. And this was a better finish this time.
Yeah, that's crazy, though.
Wow. Another goal from another centre-back for Arsenal. Free kick referee.
I want to say that was a clean strike from Socrates, though.
Big goal late on for Arsenal as well, Specs.
It's a
another
big goal.
Corner. I mean, Palace, let's look at this corner. What are we doing? Just get rid of it.
Oh, that was, Lacazette in Chambers, well done.
It's a good finish.
He took it out, hasn't he?
Also showing spirit, a bit of spirit here.
Handball. No. Palace have looked dangerous from 2. Arsenal conceding again a few goals, but they're going to they've grinded out a lot of results this season, Specs, haven't you? The Bournemouth game, the Newcastle game. A lot of games you've just seen over the line.
Even these goals, I haven't seen Arsenal score goals like this before.
It's very un-Arsenal, isn't it? Like, just scoring from the
thing.
But chance for United, McCubbin.
Rashford. I wasted that opportunity. But
don't tell me they're VAR in. What are they VAR in now? What are they VAR in?
Could it be
it was
a
bit of
foul?
a scramble.
They're saying it could be a foul, but it's not.
No, I think he's giving it, has he not? They're checking the goal. I think this is just precaution checking the goal. I don't know what they would be looking at here, Specs. Could you think what this could be? They're checking the goal on the screen for VAR.
Well, maybe it's because Socrates scored. That's why they're not allowing it.
I don't think that is a reason why you disallow it. They're just checking that goal VAR. I think it will be given. We're just having to wait and see. It looks like the goal will be given.
He's got the ball in his hand.
That's strange. What?
The ref is gone to VAR.
It's a free kick.
It's a joke!
Oh, wow.
There's no goal, Specs! It's gone to VAR. No goals given. Can we have a zoom in on Specs Gonzalez's face, please? Because he's not happy. Specs, what do you make of that decision, mate? Close up on Specs.
Who fouled who? Who fouled who?
To be fair, there's been no transparency, has there? Like, no replay.
Right. No goal, Specs. How do you feel, please?
I'm frustrated.
You're frustrated?
I'm frustrated. So this means this game's going to be a draw or penalty.
Right, Giovanni Lo Celso is on. Good news. I want to see more of him play. He is going to be a baller for us, Bayo. You heard it here first. Yeah. Very exciting young player. Had bad injuries. I don't want to jinx him because I did say that about Soldado, but we'll see what happens. For Christian Eriksen.
He was a baller.
His record in La Liga before he came to Spurs is unreal, by the way. Here he is. Argentine magician Giovanni Lo Celso.
We actually haven't seen another replay of that Socrates goal, though.
No, it has been disallowed. Just to confirm, it has been disallowed. It's still Arsenal 2, Palace 2, Specs. I know that you're frustrated was the word that you used.
Yeah, I mean, again, when you score these kind of goals where you put in the box and everyone's pulling each other and stuff, these are the things that's going to happen. So maybe Arsenal is trying to score the old way.
So that's another overturn.
Yeah, because this new way is not working.
Another one overturned, yeah. The other one...
Oh, Norwich!
Great.
Goal! Good goal for Norwich.
No,
what is he?
Hernandez.
Oh.
Scott McTominay.
Oh, Danny Rose, come on, you've done the hard bit.
Well done, Rose.
Oh.
I mean, you can't celebrate like that, 3-1 down.
Nah.
There's been a goal at Carrow Road, McCubbin. What's gone on?
Hernandez, great goal from Hernandez, but awful from McTominay in the centre circle, undid his good work from earlier on. Him and Fred have both looked more vulnerable in the last kind of 20 minutes or so. Can't be giving it away there. But Hernandez, great run from him, to be fair. But
this is the replay. This is why it's been disallowed.
Fantastic.
That, if anything, let me see. If anything, Chambers got fouled.
So it's a foul. Talk us through why this has been disallowed. It looks like it's a foul in the build-up, Specs. Do you think
I think that's it. I think that's it. Milivojevic goes down there.
Wait, let me see where.
Milivojevic.
Just scoops his legs away here.
Yeah, just there.
Come on, Spurs.
Yeah, I think that.
Really?
I kind of agree with that.
We're giving fouls for that?
Yeah, because he's behind him. He hooks his foot around. Look, there.
Right there, bruv.
He goes down as well, but...
Sorry, bruv.
No, that was Cahill that did that.
Sorry, bruv.
Cahill found my hand of it. That wasn't Chambers.
Sorry, bruv. Don't worry about it. Chill, man. Come on, man.
Come on, Spurs.
That was cheap, man.
No, don't worry about it. At the moment, we're winning, so everything's good.
Another corner. Arsenal got another corner.
Oh, it's a great ball from
That's one of those things that without VAR, they wouldn't even check.
If VAR was not there, Specs, they wouldn't have checked. If VAR wasn't in effect, they wouldn't have checked the penalty, which Palace wouldn't have scored, and they wouldn't have checked the goal that Arsenal scored. So without VAR, you would have won this comfortably.
That's you, you're getting.
But they did use VAR, which is good for the game. Do you agree?
It is good for the game.
There we go.
If it's a foul, it's a foul. And we've got a corner right now, and this should not be a foul.
Oh, Tottenham.
Poor from Spurs.
Let's go to the comment section. There is minutes left. Will, you've had time to...
There you go. Either go for goal or burn for pace. Either
as Liverpool have a chance. What are people saying? I imagine there are some absolutely buzzing Liverpool fans if they're going to grind out this 2-1 win.
Yes.
Take the free kick. What the hell?
No, never a free kick.
Liverpool fans buzzing, but slightly nervous. There's a comment here. Arsenal don't deserve to be in the top four because they take each game like a PlayStation game. Leicester and Chelsea and Spurs to finish third, fourth, fifth, respectively.
What does that mean, like a PlayStation game?
I mean, I think it's just very end-to-end basketball going forward.
Specs, thoughts on that comment?
Yeah, he's right. I mean, that's how it's been in this game. It's been up and down, and every game...
Oh, it's a cynical foul from Milner and Moore there.
We don't know how to close games.
Booked for that.
Come on. Come on.
Take the yellow card.
Come on.
Chance
there we go. David Luiz. Oh,
great save.
Our centre-backs are creating all of our chances.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. You be ripping them. Louise heard what you said, cuz.
It's a great response.
Come on now.
Oh, chance for Norwich. Oh.
Bayo, question for you. Obviously, Lovren starting today's comment here saying our defence is... Our defence with Lovren is not tight compared to Joe Matip. VVD is not compatible to Dejan Lovren. I mean, it's not Match.com, but it is. You've got to have a good bit of chemistry.
Look, yeah. Oh, look, of course. Of course, look, if we win the game, we win the game. It's 3 minutes. And
You'll win the game, it's done.
Nah, listen.
3 minutes left, the game is
Smith,
done.
remember Amsterdam? Mora, ball
remember,
up.
it was a
Llorente
fantastic
knocked
night.
down.
I was in the home end.
We've got a clash of heads here. Who's that on the floor? Lacazette?
But I mean, at the moment, I think Gomez and VVD will be for the future. But at the moment, if everybody's fit, I'll play VVD and Matic.
Yeah. Do you think that Lovren and VVD have struggled at all today? Or is it just...
Come on, Spurs.
I don't want to say nothing yet. Let me not say nothing.
Yeah.
Come on, Dele. Bit of magic from you, son. Come on.
No crosses, Gomez, no crosses.
Hit that. Smash.
Oh,
lovely.
Oh, I thought it was going in. I would have... Oh, you would have...
Oh, no. I would have hit you, but I would have hugged you afterwards.
I don't know if I'd have liked that.
Specs question for you from
half
Bayram.
chance.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, Heung-min Son again. This is a half chance. Which always a tough technique taking it first time. Straight into the keeper's hands. Good hands. One of them you sometimes parry out if they don't get grip on it, but that is Alisson Becker, who's a top keeper.
VAR?
You're not going to beat him from there. What's going on in the Arsenal game, Specs?
Why didn't show me the VAR? What happened? Because
tell us, you're watching it, mate.
So is it a penalty or... Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, they're just like...
They're just tricking me. Oh, no worries.
Oh, he's kicked the ball away. That's a yellow card,
No,
surely.
he didn't hear the whistle.
Unai Emery pacing up and down on the touchline.
I thought that stretcher was from Emery for a second. I don't mind Emery getting injured, you know. I don't mind Emery getting injured.
So negative Arsenal fans, aren't they? It's your manager.
It's your manager.
Come on. His managers get injured now. Wow. Chance for Palace. Oh, God! Wow, that would have been a big...
Oh, my goodness me.
Specs, talk us through this, because you didn't say anything here.
A flicker from Benteke, my cousin. Zaha's gone through in the left foot.
Come on. How can you just push it and run?
Might be a corner.
Last minute of injury time. The game is done. Impossible to Spurs to score with this left on the clock.
What are you doing?
Congratulations to Liverpool.
Why are you doing what you think you're slick?
They can't
you think you're
throw
slick?
it away now.
Don't be coming out to the football gods like that.
Don't be throwing it away now.
Don't be talking to the football gods like that. Stop that out here.
The whistle's in his mouth.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Here we go.
Ref!
That's a free.
Now get out to him.
Liverpool are going to get all 3 points, it looks like.
Corner.
Hey, ref, we'll take the free kick.
Corner for Tottenham. I don't think that's going to be enough time. There's no time left on the clock. 30 seconds. Gazzaniga's coming up.
Gazzaniga's going to score. He's going to score.
Love it if he scored. Please, Tottenham, give me this moment. Rose whips it in. Oh, it's a chance!
Settle down. Yeah. Hey, so what was you just saying, Big Man? What did you say, Big Man?
I said that you've won the game.
Yeah. Run. Yeah, you better run back. Oh, we just wanted to get your distances up. Get up, man. Get back.
Benteke's down the left.
Palace.
It's pouring down at Anfield.
They're keeping it.
Oh, Liverpool grinding out the result thanks to a penalty.
No bitterness in your voice there, ultimately.
No, I had to say they've been the better team. All jokes aside, Liverpool have been the better team here. Yes. It is the full-time scenes we can bring in at Anfield.
Here we go.
Spurs taking the lead from 64 seconds thanks to Harry Kane. And then goals. 2 goals for Liverpool. Jordan Henderson, followed by a Mo Salah penalty. It wasn't a brilliant penalty, but it was an effective penalty. It's all that matters. It was in the back of the net. Bayo takes every time.
He said it wasn't a brilliant penalty. It was a magnificent penalty because it went in and we got all 3 points. I just want to say that. See, look, I said I was nervous and I was nervous, but I always have faith in my team when I said that. Quote me back if you want, because we win.
You said you were worried about this game.
I did. I'm nervous. But look, I like to say it at the beginning because it's 100% when I sit on this couch, we be getting them 3 points. That's why, look, no.
100%. It is 3 points. Big 3 points for Liverpool in the title race. Congratulations to them.
Though, because you was very loud earlier. Now.
Big 3 points for Liverpool. Bayo is very happy. Other 2 games are still going on. You can see what it means to Jurgen Klopp and their players. Another 3 points. And chance for Palace. There can't be long left in this game at all, actually. There must be additional time now.
He's offside.
Benteke, is he offside?
No, he's not.
Wait, we'll go with VAR, won't it?
I
mean, what is that?
That is...
Jurgen Klopp, Virgil van Dijk hugging. Tottenham just can't seem to beat Liverpool.
Nope, they can't.
3 times they lost last season. They've lost again now.
Hey, what's up, man?
Are you happy?
Smith, talk to me. Like, look, come on. Like,
you always give it, you can't take it.
Like, we're close as hell, me and you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Been through a lot.
We have been through a lot. I feel like I've been through more than you have, mate. You've just been on the giving end. I've been on the
Of course, but like,
taking the
how are you
banner
really
end.
feeling right now? Like, did you think you was going to take all 3 points?
No, I never did. To be fair, you can wind it back. I did say I'm still worried because we scored so early.
Exactly.
What I will say is Liverpool created so many chances. I think Gazaniga was our best player. But it's frustrating as a Spurs fan that you scored a penalty to win it. If you'd have scored from 30 yards or you cut us open, I'd have gone fair play. But we created your winning goal, which is a frustration from our point of view, when we made all those saves from the chances you created. So that is a frustration, as the Champions League was. You know, gifting you a penalty early on, it's just
that's a way to look at it, but it's another way to look at it that we pressured you so much that y'all didn't have the thought or the quietness of thought to be able to relax and that, and then Aurier kicked down my man Mane to get the pen. So, I mean, look, we could look at it that way.
Yeah, you can look at it that way.
If you look at it, we put you in like a chokehold from like the 3rd minute.
I think you put me in a chokehold, actually.
That's true. Basically, I did what Liverpool did to your team. You know, we put you in a chokehold and we squeezed.
You did squeeze.
And we squeezed.
You did squeeze.
And then we scored 2 goals and we won. I just want to say that.
I can confirm you did win 2-1, and the final whistle has gone, incidentally. Chance for Arsenal late on. The full-time whistle has gone. These are the scenes at Norwich. Michael McCubbin talk us through it. Big win. Norwich 1, Man United 3.
Oh, well, that's a corner.
But a big win for that man, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Got to say, Man United fans must be feeling more positive. Got the draw against Liverpool, one midweek in the Europa League, and now another win. It's starting to turn for Ole.
Yeah, I thought we were pretty rubbish midweek in the Europa League, to be honest. But good performance against Liverpool, and a really good performance against Norwich today. Shame we didn't get the clean sheet, but I think Norwich probably deserved that goal.
Yeah.
Fair
score,
I was very happy.
Fair score, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Last corner of the game, big man?
Could have been 4 or 5-1, to be fair. But
right, it's another corner for Arsenal. They've pretty much scored from every corner they've had so far. Specs, talk us through this.
Pepe's with another special corner now, last minute. And Zaha's through.
Oh, that's a red.
That's a red, surely.
A
red, surely.
Tackle.
Boris
he
Johnson.
was watching the rugby because that was really.
There we go.
It's all kicking off at Arsenal.
All kicking off.
That is one of the most blatant fouls I've ever seen in my life, as Zaha was through on the counter.
That's a red, surely.
That has to be a red, surely.
Like I said, it's a little tank.
It's a real top 6 challenge.
That was life.
They're arguing. Palace is saying he's through. I mean, the where Arsenal counter that is, he was 80 yards from his goal.
But even the tackle was
blatant.
It was like a belly-to-belly foul. It was like a belly-to-belly slam.
It was
Zaha has
fresh out of wrestling.
Dismantled us. I'm telling you, Zaha has had a field day today, and we should have bought him. We should have bought him.
Now that's another debate. That's another debate.
Prem experience.
You take Zaha over Pepe, Spec?
Yes, yeah, I have to.
I think people would say I agree with you.
They didn't want to pay the money, though, surely. No?
You didn't want to pay the money, but wasn't it less than what you bought Pepe? Was it similar?
Pepe's younger, though,
Yeah, but Palace didn't want instalments, did they?
It's a yellow card for Guendouzi.
That's
Bayo, has he got off with one there, do you think?
Yeah, but for me, that's
a spear. That was a spear.
It's a great... Look,
that's a spear. Goldberg and all that stuff.
But look at, he's only, 19?
Wow.
That's a great tackle to have in that point. It's, a couple minutes...
He's probably saved his team a point there.
I'm telling you, you've got to look
because
at it that way.
Zaha, who's been Palace's best player, as Specs says, I mean, I won't say it's through on goal because he's 80 yards from goal, but it's a goal-scoring opportunity, to say the least. Clever foul. It looks like they will hold on for the draw. Just looking at replay, the penalty. Sergio, it's a fantastic first tackle. Do you know what I will say for Sergio's defence, though? Mane is so quick at getting in front of him. Michael Owen used to do that so well, just getting in front of him. But Serge can't actually see him. He's blindsided. The full-time whistle has gone. It has finished.
Emirates.
Arsenal 2.
Boo a lot, you know, cuz.
Palace 2. Are they boos that we hear at the Emirates, Specs?
They're boos to say, Emery, we want you out now. I'm telling you now.
Sorry, just to confirm.
Confirm it,
Specs Gonzalez.
I'm saying
we might be clipping this up. You want Unai Emery out of Arsenal right now?
Is that what you're saying? Emery out?
He has to leave in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Let him go. Let him go.
Clip this.
Let him go.
Because I'm going to post this as well, innit?
You know why? Because Crystal Palace gave us a head start.
So Emery out for you?
Yes.
Easy answer?
Yes. It can't be Hodgson.
And do you think that the majority of Arsenal fans would agree with you in that? Do you think there's more Arsenal fans that want Emery out than in?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, it's because it's growing. It's growing now.
How do you react to that?
Well, look,
Arsenal fans, we've seen the boo of Xhaka, we've seen Xhaka react, we've seen the Ozil situation.
Do you know what? Let me say something, and this is just my opinion. I think as a collective, you lot make decisions. So you lot got Wenger out. Things ain't going right. And already the murmurings, and like you said, the momentum is going to start to say Emery out. So when you lot start to dislike, you're going to be, every time you want to get a manager, you've got to give a manager time to work.
It's communication. Tell me what's wrong with Ozil. He's not telling me. So he has to go.
You know, I'm going to phone him, you know. I'm going to phone him. I've got these mans all on WhatsApp, you know.
What I love about Spect, everything's so clear, isn't it? There's not like more to the story. It's like, he's not playing, he's got to go. It's like, that's it, isn't it?
No,
it's one way or the other, isn't it?
But I think that's just one thing, isn't it? Like, there's so many different things.
There's so many different things. But they said the club, it was a club decision that Ozil's not playing. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You have to be way more transparent.
And you've got a club captain who's just been booed off the pitch and who's told the fans to...
The captain of your club getting booed off the pitch.
Well, he was appointed by... Listen, do you know the thing is? I get that fans want to know everything. But sometimes, for exactly what he says, for the good of the club, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. Do you know what I'm saying? And I get it. I do get where you're like, you know what, it just don't make sense. So it don't add up. So then it's basically just speculation that you lot come to your own conclusion, which can be whatever it be. And I understand that. But still, you've got to trust the man at the helm to make decisions. Because you don't see everything.
Well, Addy, the other thing I can do is I can leave Arsenal. I've done it before.
Listen, I would want you to come over to Liverpool.
I went Liverpool, I went City, I went Man City, I went on loan. Seriously, I went on loan to Man City, and then I went Liverpool. And I was happy, but everything was nice. I felt good about myself.
Yeah.
My spirit was good.
I've got a mate who does a similar thing, actually. I've got a mate who's a Chelsea fan, and as soon as they start playing badly, he switches.
So you're thinking about changing the team you support
considering my position
because of how Arsenal makes you feel?
I'm considering my position right now.
There is a chance you might not be an Arsenal fan in a few months. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, there's no rules. I may leave.
Wow. Does this sum up Arsenal fans for you?
Listen, I've been saying this. I've got a WhatsApp group, and I've got half of them are Arsenal fans, and I just can't debate them because they're just emotional. Like, it's literally, they're just emotional. It's emotional. I'm going to ask you, though, should Poch leave?
No, should Poch leave? No. Are we being serious now? Is this banter?
No. This is, he's on this, Emery out and X, Y, and Z.
The serious one. I'm serious, by the way.
Yeah, I already know.
Okay,
I know you're serious. I know you're serious. So I want to ask so you can see, like, not saying the decline in Tottenham, but from where they were last year, and then we're talking about, in the sense of a new freshness, would Poch fall under a new freshness?
I don't think the answer to Tottenham's problems are getting rid of Pochettino now. I look at it quite biased. I've worked with Poch 4 or 5 times on Spurs, and maybe I look at it as a biased sense because I've got to know him and the club. But what what I will say about it is that everything about the club is filtered from Pochettino, and people forget where Spurs finished in the top 4. I think twice in the 20 years before he took over. They finished in the top 4 times in the last 5 years with Pochettino. He spent no money in 2 transfer windows and got to a Champions League final. We've built a new stadium, we've built a new training ground, we've got a fantastic crop of players coming through. I think Spurs fans have to be realistic. People that want Pochettino out, exactly what you said earlier, careful what you wish for, because we're going through a sticky patch now. We're not playing well. I'm not going to be stupid enough to sit here and say everything's rosy at Spurs. It's not. Something's going on. I'm sad watching Tottenham play and not perform at their level, but I do not think the answer is getting rid of a man who has revolutionised the football club. And I use that word. I know he hasn't won a trophy, but what he has achieved at Tottenham from where we were a team that would be delighted if we'd finished 4th. We finished 2nd with him. We've got to Champions League final, FA Cup semis. I know we haven't won a trophy, but he has revolutionised our football club. And I think careful what you wish for, because if we do get rid of him, I don't think the problem is with the manager. I really don't.
Do you think if Poch does stay, and I'm not saying he should be sacked, I think it's more likely that he'll go to another club who want him. But do you think Poch needs? I feel like Poch, if he is going to stay, needs another 3-4 years to rebuild.
You think
kind of bring in a new generation essentially, because he took this squad as far as it could go. He got to the Champions League final. He said that if you won the Champions League, he would maybe leave because he couldn't do any more.
Cheat, I think.
Yeah, but there's still, I still feel like there's a sense of kind of like how much further could that Spurs side have gone.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs to get kind of major backing for 2-3 transfer windows if he is going to stay, and if Levy wants to kind of.
Yeah, it is a worry that Spurs had, I mean, I looked in this, the last early part of his career, we had one of the youngest squads, squad in the Premier League, the second youngest squad in the Premier League. It's now, I think, the 15th youngest squad in the Premier League, which for me just shows it is the same squad that he's had. Do you know what I mean? Seven of the players that were there for his first game played against Brighton. 8 of the players are still there. And I do worry that a lot of players are coming out of contracts as well. So I do think it needs a fresh injection. I think Spurs need to spend money. See, the thing about Poch is I don't think he's been backed enough. Spurs were a team that were above Liverpool. 8 out of the 10 seasons, last 10 seasons, we finished above Liverpool. No disrespect to Liverpool. Of course, without doubt, Liverpool are a bigger club historically than Tottenham. But for years, before the last 2 years, I'd be devastated if Spurs finished below Liverpool. Because we
the last 2 years, yeah?
Not the last... Before that, when we were finishing above you and you were going through that transition, Spurs were finishing above Liverpool fairly regularly. Yeah. Klopp has come in. And he has spent money that Pochettino hasn't, and it's been brilliant. I think Liverpool will go on and win the Premier League, but I don't think the answer to Spurs is getting rid of Poch. I think it's giving him money and backing him.
So let me ask,
like Liverpool have backed Klopp.
Today's game.
Yes.
Was you happy with Tottenham's performance?
No.
So you didn't perform like.
No, I wasn't happy with Spurs' performance.
And that's probably, not saying your strongest team with 1 or 2 players, but that's the best team you would have played.
Yeah, the only injured player we had going into it was Hugo Lloris, and our keeper was probably our best player.
Yeah.
So there's no excuses. We didn't. I also think now that we're rotating the players. Look, we made 7 changes against Watford, which I think is the most changes we've ever made in a Premier League match. And we drew that. He's changed formations, I think 3 or 4 times. We've played a 4-3-3. We've played 5 at the black. We've played 4-2-3-1. He's played a diamond. I think we're rotating so much that, like Liverpool's team, you know who's going to play when everyone's fit. That front three. I think that's an issue with Spurs, that we don't know our best team. Because last year Eriksen, of course, is in it, but now there's the whole psychology of, well, Eriksen doesn't want to be there, so do you start Eriksen? Vertonghen has played at the back. Sanchez has played at the back. Foyth's played. Alderweireld's played. There's so much chopping and changing that I just think there's a lot of issues with regards to the team selection as well.
But I think if Poch was to go as well, not only the out of contract players, but surely like someone like Kane deserves and will be wanting a move to like a Real Madrid, a Barcelona. If that goes, it could be a massive domino effect because I think he's staying because of the manager. Heung-min Son could go, Eriksen wants to go, and then where are you? Back down White Hart Lane, losing to Arsenal every time in the derby.
Being Poch, I think Poch should have let Eriksen go. I think Poch should have done the thing with the Coutinho
I agree,
and make a better team. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So lose arguably your best player or best midfielder.
They're normally good at that as well, aren't they?
Yeah,
and they've got money from him as well, so you might
and do it that way rather than have a player that don't want to be there, and then it's a knock-on effect, and you see they're running less, he's scoring less, creating less, and it's a domino effect. So rather than just be like, you know what, he wants to go. Coutinho wanted to go. Klopp's like, you know what, go. We'll get 146 million.
Build your squad.
We'll build our squad. Let's get 2 players. And for me, that's what. There's no point having a player at your team. I don't care if he's your best. If you don't want to be there, what's the point of having him? That's just plain and simple. But you know what I'm saying? We won. I'm happy. You're upset.
Perfect time to move on from that, Bayo. We can hear from what Harry Kane had to say. This is him talking right after the game.
You picked the bones out of that for us. How did Spurs play, do you think?
It's hard to say, really. Obviously, we scored early on, great start, and then, obviously we dropped a little deep. We soaked up the pressure. We got to half-time. We had a big chance just after half-time to go 2-0 and probably finish the game off, but unfortunately hit the bar, and then, again, maybe just dropped a little too deep. Didn't try and play as much as we'd have liked, because once they went 2-1 up, we kind of started to play more and found space and created more chances. So in hindsight, it was a shame we didn't do that earlier, but it's a tough place to come, and Liverpool obviously are getting all them little breaks at the moment that go their way with. And we come away with a loss, so it obviously hurts, but we have to dust ourselves down and get ready for next week.
Did you drop deep or were you forced back?
Probably a bit of both. They had a spell in the first half where they probably pushed us back. They had a few chances. Paolo made some great saves. And then second half is kind of when you're 1-0 up away from home, sometimes the mentality is kind of to drop and hold on to it. Whereas I felt like if we could have maybe tried to play a bit more and kept the ball ourselves, which is our normal game, we could have created some chances for ourselves and tried to finish the game off. But it's always easier after once you've settled down to discuss this and look this through. So we'll have to do that this week.
So is that maybe a case of confidence still being a little bit fragile?
I don't think so. I think you see the way we started the game. We come out with the intention to press and to play, and obviously got the early goal. But yeah, we tried to do everything to win the game at the end of the day, and it didn't quite go our way today. So yeah, it hurts, but like I say, it's hard to put a finger on it now.
The manager talked about midweek being a very small step forward. I know you've lost, but against a very good team. Would you say today was another very small step forward or not?
No, I don't think so. I think whenever you lose a game, it's never a step forward. So yeah, it's disappointing. We want to pick our form up in the Premier League. It's not been good enough. So all we can do now is look forward to Everton away next week.
Thanks, Harry.
No worries.
Very frustrated Harry Kane there. This is confirmation of the table, which I'm being made to read out.
Down to the bottom
which is very frustrating reading for me, because Tottenham are in the bottom half of the table.
4 points off the bottom. 4 points off the bottom.
12 points from 10 played, goal difference plus 1. Southampton, Norwich and Watford make up the bottom 3. Let's have a look at the top of the table quickly, please.
Well, look at that.
There we go. Man United, yes, they are up to 7th from their start. Top 4. A bit of a gap already developing. 4 points from Chelsea to Arsenal, so the top 4. Leicester as well up to 3rd. Liverpool, Bayo, 28 points from 10 played, plus 15 goal difference. They've won the league, haven't they? They can't lose it from here, mate.
Stop that. But it was, to be fair, big game, big result. Needed it though, so well done, boys.
Go on, Specs.
I just realised Arsenal are 3 points above 10th. And you want Emery to stay?
Do you know what I love about this? We've had a conversation, a really good, in-depth conversation about Spurs. We've moved it on. You're still Emery is in your mind, isn't it?
We're 3 points above 10th. I've never seen 10th.
It's a random thing to bring up, isn't it? 3 points above 10.
That's Tottenham's. When I first bought my Premier League sticker book, that's where Tottenham used to hang around. That's not Arsenal's place. I'm worried.
OK, finally, let's just get our predictions as we always do. We'd like to get this throughout the season, who's going to win the league, because it chops and changes all the time. 6 points is the difference. Will Brazier, who's lifting the Premier League trophy this season, mate?
I'll go Liverpool.
Mikey, what
I usually go for City, but I actually do think Liverpool are going to do it this year. Yeah.
I think Liverpool are getting so many breaks this season, and I think they're playing well. Don't get me wrong, but the Sheffield United game with the Henderson error, the penalty that they had against Leicester, the game today, I think they're playing well and getting the breaks. I think it's Liverpool's year.
I'm going to go Liverpool, not because we're getting breaks. I think it's too early in the season to be talking about breaks, personally. I'm going to go Liverpool just because I think we've learnt from last season. So Liverpool.
Specs, who's going to win the league?
I'm going to go with something different. I'm going to go with Leicester City.
Leicester City?
I was thinking that, Specs.
Do you know what I like about that? Whenever I ask you a question, you always give me something different. That's what I like about you.
Yeah, it's my spirit.
Yeah, I like that.
My spirit is always on something else.
Yeah, I like that. OK,
I'm not good with that.
So no one's saying...
I would expect me to nod with you and say, yeah. No, man, that's Leicester, guy.
Right, let's have confirmation of when we are back with the Football Social. Loads of shows to bring you this season. We never have a day off. Next show is on Saturday the 2nd of November. It is featuring Liverpool as well, and that'll be all at 3 o'clock kickoffs. Loads to bring you. 2:45 on Soccer and Football Daily's YouTube channel. That is all we have time for. My thanks to Specs, my thanks to Bayo, Michael McCubbin and Will Brazier. Thanks for joining us. See you next Saturday. We will leave you with our best bits. Chance, go on! Oh! Oh!
He's off.
Oh! Come on, go. The ball is in the... What's he giving it? Yes, Harry Kane!
Oh, my...
And for Arsenal!
I said it! Now, this is going to be 5-0.
Ball out. No, they
Take a little push. Pen!
No, that is a put the ball...
Oh, my...
Chance. Oh! Goal!
It's sauce.
1-0.
The greatest midfielder we've seen.
Another big save! Oh, what a save! He doesn't need a chance. Oh! I told you! Andy Barrett, Benoit, is this a goal? What is going on?
Marcus Rashford.
A few minutes. We're looking at that big chance.
Here we go, Mane.
Oh, no!
Onside. Mane was onside.
So nice.
This is the football show.
Talk about the Harry Kane.
Never have a clean sheet. You can never have a clean sheet. 10 years!
Red card!
He's won the ball! He's won the ball!
He didn't. Red card. VIR, check it for a red card. Come on, you can
come on, ref.
Book him as not that what
again,
for.
ref.
I think they're giving it. They're just saying, is it a pen or not?
Lying.
One of the most penalty. Oh, it's another save! It's another save!
Oh, come on, man. That's the captain.
Of England.
That's yes! It was coming. Hendo. Him. Hendo. What you said? Beast mode. What you said? I told you. I'm here. Don't say I knew. Yes. Liverpool, I knew it. Bam, let's go.
Arsenal are finished for you.
The fans are arguing. Everyone's arguing now.
Yeah.
Yes! Oh, Lord!
I can hear you.
No, you can't. No, you can't. What's the score? What's the score?
The graphics in front of you.
What's the score?
The graphics
Look. Wait a minute. Can we get the footage where he was like, hey, Beast Mode's normally loud. Hey, Beast Mode this. Beast Mode back. Come on, Liverpool.